Don't want your refrigerator or stove to stop working because you don't have enough LP? You can fill your 20 or 30-pound LP tanks at Two Rivers Cooperative at our filling stations in Pella and Monroe. And campers, if you're out at Lake Red Rock and you've run out of LP, come and fill up at Two Rivers, next to Hy-Vee in Pella or on Highway 14 in Monroe.
The home and field advantage, Two Rivers Co-op.
Heroes never get in trouble for plowing through buildings, demolishing half the city, or jaywalking, as long as they're being heroic. Hopefully heroes have very good insurance protection.
Hi, this is Denise with the Wyman Insurance team in Indianola. Wyman Insurance has been providing protection to customers for over 125 years. We work with companies such as Nationwide. Whether it be personal or business, contact us today for an insurance comparison or visit us at wymaninsurance.com. That's WEINMAN insurance.com.
Welcome to this exclusive presentation of live area high school football coverage on KNIA KRLS and streaming live at KNIAKRLS.com and on the free KNIA and KRLS mobile apps.
Jukes back inside to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone. Kale Kalaric gets a 33-yard rush, and the Indians are on the board first.
And they will hand it off to Cody Heisman, who plunges his way in. 6 for the nudge, touchdown Pella. Cody Heisman, a highlight reel night. 2.5 sacks and a tutty.
Jurgens, shotgun, going for 2. Fake the handoff. Jurgens back to throw. Fires it to the end zone. Hold it! 2-point conversion! Norwalk takes the late lead with the 2.
Here is Cox trying to find running room, pushing towards the goal line. Yes, touchdown.
Fake to Boonder. Cack up the middle. Cack to the 5. Cack to the end zone. And in. Touchdown, Eagles.
We'll get you ready for all of tonight's action with our radio pregame show. Bring you score updates from around the area and bring you all the exciting action of South Central Iowa high school football. Now let's head to the field and inside the radio broadcast booth.
High school football is on the air as we welcome you live to Eagle Lane for the home opener for Pella Christian. It's a rematch of last year's postseason matchup between Pella Christian and Panorama as we welcome you to our Pingles Home Store radio pregame show. Real people, real service, real dependability. Pingles Home Store at 911 Broadway Street in downtown Pella. Alongside J.D. Bohr, my name is Trevor Castle, and tonight it is 1-0 Pella Christian and 1-0 Panorama in non-district action in Class 1A Iowa High School football. And J.D., feels good to be home.
Yeah, it's great to be back here on Eagle Lane. We got two teams that are coming off a win last week and a lot of excitement in the air for this football season, so this is just going to be a great night of football.
Again, these two teams met in the postseason last year, and Pella Christian hung on for a 21-19 victory. I can still remember, J.D., looking right over here to our right, heading towards Highway 163. It looked like Panorama was headed in for a game, what would have been a winning touchdown. Fumble rolls into the end zone, Eagles recover, and the Eagles kneel out a victory. As we fast forward 9 months from that day, it's a pretty similar Pella Christian team, of course, minus All-Stater Luke Mulder, really the biggest subtraction, but the rest of the junior and senior classes had one more year of experience, and boy, did they look dynamite in a 56-26 win over Des Moines Christian. On the other hand, Panorama, they lost a lot to graduation, including their dual-threat quarterback. They were one of the top passing offenses in all of the state last year, and alongside their quarterback, they lost their top 4 wide receivers to graduation. So they're trying to figure it out with a new approach under head coach Mike Kozlarich.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned last year's game, and I think that's one of the most exciting football games, high school football games I've ever seen. I mean, it was back and forth and obviously a thriller at the end. And, yeah, you know, PC is returning a lot. They have an experienced group. Thought they played really well last week. But Panorama found a way to get a win as well. Obviously beating Colfax Mingo, and you know, even though it's a new roster, new guys making plays, you just never know how that's all going to work out. And I'm sure they got a group of young guys who are excited about an opportunity to come back here to Pella Christian, and they're looking to change the fortunes of what happened last year.
All right, a lot to get to here in our Pingles Home Store radio pregame show. Up first is an interview with head coach Rich Kakmarinsky. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes. We'll get you our starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control. Take a look at your Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. Our game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. And we're counting you down to the opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply in Pella. But before we do that, do want to give a thanks while it's still fresh in our bellies to the folks at Delivery.com. Delivery.com, and Yamato Steakhouse, who we enjoyed dinner from tonight. JD, how was the teriyaki bento box?
I tell you what, you told me we're having Yamatos, and I've been waiting for it all day. And it paid off. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I had the fried rice. It was also good. That's a go-to for us. Folks, Delivery.com is delivering hot and fresh food from local Pella restaurants right to your home or business or to the press box. I guess this is our business as we do business here tonight at Pella Christian High School. If you haven't yet, check them out, Delivery.com. More than a dozen local partner restaurants in Pella bringing hot, fresh food right to you from Delivery.com. Let's take a time out inside of our Pingles Home Store Radio pregame show, and we'll be back with head coach Rich Kakmarinsky right after this, live on 92.1 KRLS, KNIAKRLS.com, and the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel.
If you have friends or family coming to Pella, make reservations for them to stay in Pella's finest accommodations, the Amsterdam Hotel.
We have many different packages available depending on what they are looking for during their visit.
Our weekend getaway package includes flowers, chocolates, and champagne.
The Visit Pella package has tickets to the Historical Village, Vermeer Windmill, and Pella bucks to spend around town.
And the Stay and Play package includes golf at Boss Landon.
Find the perfect package for your guests or yourself by visiting royalamsterdam.com for the Amsterdam Hotel on the Bollengracht in Pella.
We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Strawberry Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make US Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Strawberry Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for US Cellular in downtown Pella.
This is Dr. Tim Yoder, one of the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, reminding you how important it is to make sure your pet receives a regular wellness exam, just like our local athletes recently received their annual physicals before getting back in action. Schedule a wellness exam today by calling Tri-County Veterinary Clinic at 628-4040, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
Go Little Dutch, go Eagles, and go Dutch.
Are you having trouble finding a place to work? Looking for a career with benefits? Come to the Hormel Foods Job Fair at the Cobblestone Inn in Knoxville, September 9th from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Hormel Foods are looking to draw a few applicants from other factories in their climate-controlled food production facility. If you are looking for any benefits, they will be offering 2 years of free tuition for their new employees' kids. Come check out the Hormel Foods Job Fair at the Cobblestone Inn at 1212 Eric Drive in Knoxville.
Looks like Steve's going to need the brand appeal treatment.
What's the brand appeal treatment?
We're going to have to be relentless with cleaning these teeth, just like Brand Appeal was relentless when they built our new website, yankemanpain.com.
We do have another appointment in an hour.
Reschedule. This is going to be a while.
2 hours later.
We're locking up, Dr. Yankum. See you guys tomorrow morning.
We'll be here. Have a good night.
What?
For branding, print, web, interactive, and video, get Brand Appeal. Relentless for you.
Are you thinking about fall decorating? Inside? Outside? Then you need to think Vandenberg's Greenhouse in Albia. All the fall decorating ideas you can think of. Mums of all sizes and colors, Indian corn, pumpkins and gourds, concrete lawn decorations, and memorial plaques, along with metal yard art, hanging baskets, and more. You should also do something special for yourself by checking out the new and greatly expanded gift ideas at Vandenberg's Greenhouse. 1405 Highway 5 Albia, just 2 short miles south of La Villa. Vandenberg's Greenhouse, worth a short drive.
Welcome back to our Pingles Home Store radio pregame show on 92.1 KRLS. We're visiting now with Eagle head football coach Rich Kakmarinsky. Home opener for Pella Christian against the team that they closed their home season with a year ago. Panorama makes a trek to Eagle Lane again here in 2021. Coach, thanks for joining us. Big season opening win against Des Moines Christian a week ago. You've had the week to practice and get better. What do you think about your club heading into tonight's game?
Well, it was a great win last Friday night. I really felt like it gave us some momentum at the start of the season. Thought we came out firing right from the get-go, and And then second quarter got even better and scored 39 points in the second quarter. So I thought just nice things offensively, defensively in the kicking game. We did give up a kickoff return for touchdown, which I was not happy with. But overall, a lot of good things coming out of the Des Moines Christian game that we can build off of.
Anything in particular that you guys have been working hard at in practice this week from what you saw a week ago?
Well, offensive line-wise, I thought we did some really nice things. We need to clean up a little bit of some things on our pass protection and finishing blocks in the run game. And the other thing is just our timing in the passing game. We had some really nice completions, but I felt like we worked really hard to kind of clean some things up in terms of our timing in the passing game. And then as far as defense, I thought our defensive pursuit against DMC was good. I guess I'd like to make it great this week, take it to a new level. We gave a kickoff return for touchdowns. So special teams is probably the biggest focus for us this week. Just getting everybody in the right spots and making sure we're clean there.
All right, let's break down the Panorama game. They lost a lot. I mean, a lot of seniors on last year's club. And let's start first with their offense because they lost their dual threat quarterback. I think their top 4 wide receivers. What do you expect out of them offensively tonight, and what's your game plan on defense?
Well, that's a good, all true statements, but they're good coaches and they got a good program. And I think they got a taste of winning last year and being very competitive. My suspicion is they're going to try and kind of pound and ground, just kind of try and they run a lot of double tight, 2 tight end sets, 21 personnel type thing, 22 personnel. So my sense is they're going to try and burn clock. They're going to try and pound out first downs and get field position, maybe kind of old school football. That's my sense. We'll see what happens, but that's what we've been preparing for, and that's what I think is going to happen.
Well, and you mentioned earlier trying to get that defensive line from good to great. This might be one of the chances for them to take a step forward.
Well, I think so. I think that Des Moines Christian was really more of kind of a spread attack. And then, we got up early, and I think it kind of took them out of their inside run game. They did have Des Moines Christian had a real nice big back. And I think if the score maybe had been 0-0 or 7-7, I think we would have seen a little more healthy dose of him coming at us. So one of our strategies tonight is to try and win on first down. Get them behind the chains. Keep them to 3 yards or less on first down. Get them in second long, third and long. I don't think that's where they want to be. That's where we'd like them to be. So that's going to be one of our strategies as far as our defense tonight.
As we flip it to the other side and your offense, what have you seen out of the Panorama defense? What are some gaps there you think you can take advantage of? Well,
I think they're an aggressive defense. They actually run the same defense we run, and they are very aggressive. I'm hoping, I was pleased with our O-line last week. Coming out of the Newton scrimmage where we really struggled to move them off the ball, I felt like we got good movement against Des Moines Christian. I'm hopeful we can do the same thing again tonight. I think we've worked hard this week to get our pads down and keep running our feet. That's going to be a 12 to 14 week process for us. But I think if we do that, I think hopefully we can rush the ball effectively inside. I do like our matchups on the outside. As far as our receivers against their defensive backs. So, yeah, I'm hoping we can run it. Hopefully we can throw it. And as an old offensive coordinator, a friend of mine used to say, those are the best hardest offenses to stop, if you can run it and throw it. So that's what we're hoping we can do tonight.
And you mentioned earlier trying to clean up some things in special teams. What are you paying particular attention to tonight? Well,
I was not pleased with our kickoff cover the other night. We actually did not punt against Des Moines Christian, so I would take that again tonight if that would be great. But I guess, so obviously kick coverage and punt coverage is always 2 things at the top of my list. Had a nice kickoff return for a touchdown. But again, kickoff return and punt return are all things that we can gain field position with. So we've really worked hard this week to just catch the ball, get up the field, get field position. We think our defense is good. So if we can win the field position battle through our special teams, boy, that really helps our defense. And then obviously if we can put our offense on a short field, That just makes it so much easier to score. So I think I look at our kicking game in two ways. And one, let's not lose the game. Let's not give up any big plays, fake punts, kickoff returns, punt returns. But then also, can we make some plays our own, and can we get some field position to help our offense and defense?
Certainly cooler than it was a week ago, and playing in front of the home fans. Always fun to have that home opener, isn't it, Coach?
It's good to be back here. We traveled well up to DMC. It's about 30 degrees colder than it was a week ago. My offensive linemen are loving that. So hopefully, we can come out and play well in our home opener. Love to play here at Eagle Field and in front of our home fans. So really excited about that.
All right, enjoy it, Coach, and we'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you.
That's Rich Kakmarinsky, head coach of the Pella Christian football team. Eagles and Panorama coming up here at the top of the hour. We'll be back inside of the broadcast booth, inside of our Pingles Home Store radio pregame show right after this.
Nobody covers the Eagles like KRLS. Live coverage of every football game, athletes and highlights on the radio sports page, Wednesday evenings at 6 and Thursday mornings at 10. The KRLS Radio Coaches Corner every Saturday morning at 9. Stories every day on air and online at KNIAKRLS.com. The Jeremy Dingaman Concrete Football Friday Night Radio Preview Show, Fridays at 4:30. And the Greg Young of Indianola Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show after the games. The one to count on for Pella Christian Eagles coverage, 92.1 KRLS.
At Vision for Less, you'll start the school year right by saving on glasses for classes. For $79, get 2 pairs of glasses with kid-safe polycarbonate lenses and a free 1-year frame warranty that covers any breaks, bends, or bumps with the frame, meaning these glasses won't get in the way of your kid's day. Don't let the bell ring before you get a chance to shop and save. A $200 value, all for $79. Vision for Less. Right glasses, right price, right now.
CPAs are known for doing things by the numbers, but the accountants at Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel go beyond the numbers. They are committed to their clients to bring the best advice at competitive prices to ensure that you get the best service to meet your needs. They'll stand behind you in case you would ever need help, unlike most of the do-it-yourself tax services, with year-round advice for any life changes that may happen. And if you're unhappy with your current service, they are accepting new clients with a smooth and seamless transition.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel.
Fall is one of the most beautiful times of the year in Iowa, with the natural beauty all around us. As work continues on the new Laley Park in Pella, we're spending time this fall working on the park part of the project, installing native Iowa prairie grasses, wildflowers, and hundreds of native Iowa tree species. It will be a truly beautiful natural landscape. Progress also continues on the interior of the building, and we're targeting a move-in date of first quarter 2022. Laley Park is the future home of the North American headquarters for Laley and Pella, farming innovators.
Welcome back to the Pingles Home Store radio pregame show. We're live on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel alongside J.D. Bohr. I'm Trevor Castle, and we're getting you set for Pella Christian and Panorama tonight. Kickoff coming up in 12 minutes at the top of the hour. Time now to take a look at our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. And J.D., my biggest key is a clash in styles tonight and who can come out on top, who can impose their will on the other team. We just heard from head coach Rich Kakmarinsky of Pella Christian. He anticipates that Panorama is going to try to ground and pound, and we know the Eagles want to spread it out, use a little bit of tempo, try to keep the ball moving quickly, and really, I think this game comes down to who can win in that battle.
Yeah, I agree completely. I mean, a year ago we talked about Panorama was tossing it all over the field and leading the state in passing, but last week when you look at the stats, they are very committed to the running game. And, I think that's an area that Pella Christian needs to work on a little bit, too, is finding consistency in the run game. Anytime, at any level of football, you talk about establishing the run and how important that is. Of course, NFL coaches, college coaches, everybody wants to establish the run. Pella Christian is going to be a little more balanced, as they like to throw it around a little bit, too. But establishing that run and finding ways to consistently move the chains, I agree. I think it's a huge key to this game, which team can more successfully find ways to move the football on the ground.
Ryan Coggill, the sophomore running back, 20 carries, 203 yards. Doesn't take a math genius to figure out that's 10 yards a carry. And while Rich Kakmarinsky is trying to keep him into second and long and third and long, you don't even get into second or third down when you're ripping off 10 yards per carry. So, I assume that Panorama's level of competition has gone up considerably from Colfax Mingo a week ago to Pella Christian this week, but 10 yards of carry is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, as a sophomore, too, to be able to do that and probably, I believe it was his first varsity action. They're giving him the ball a lot. 20 times is a lot of times to carry the football as well. And yeah, anytime you can put up 200 yards, I don't care who you're playing. that's a good night on the football field. So I'm sure PC will be looking to find ways to put them back behind in the chains to make sure that they're not getting those big chunk gains throughout the game.
And let's keep our eye on special teams. The Eagles got one on special teams a week ago. They gave one up on special teams last week. That could be a difference maker if this is a close game as well.
Yeah, I think, Coach Cack always talks about special teams. He puts a lot of pride in doing those well. I thought last week we saw the really good things. We had a 40-yard field goal, kickoff return touchdown, but also some negative special team plays, whether it was an onside kick or giving up a kick return touchdown. So a little bit of good and bad, and of course the coaching staff has been focused on finding more consistency in that area.
That's our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. Looking for a key to your new career? Visit HormelJob.com. Let's roll right into our starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control, and we'll start first with the Pella Christian Eagles, who roll out junior quarterback Isaac Kakmarinsky, his second year after starting as a sophomore a year ago. Benny Schurz gets the start at running back. An impressive performance out of Benny, 15 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown a week ago. We'll still see a bunch of Peyton Ritzert, but it is Benny Schurz getting the start tonight. Bennett Sprunk, Eric Mulder, and Drew Geetings are the wide receivers. Trevor Veenstra is the H-back. And then all juniors along that offensive line: Owen Menninga, Ezra Gronenboom, Drew Van Coten, Colton Voss, and Toby Steen. Continuing our starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control, we go to the Panorama defense. They'll try to slow down that PC offense. The nose is Jacob Walker. Defensive tackles Jared Wasson and Bryce Taylor. A 4-linebacker set of Gavin Godfrey, Ryan Coggill, Cooper Anderson, and Josh Van Winkle. The corners are Braden Draper and Niall Lindstrom. The safeties are Austin Block and Clayton Bramer. Now let's go to the Panorama offense. Starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control. The quarterbacks are Caden Van Meer and Austin Block. They're both listed as co-starters. Ryan Coggill, the running back. The 4 wide receiver look of Gavin Godfrey, Niall Lindstrom, Josh Van Winkle, and Clayton Bramer. The left tackle, Bryce Taylor, Isaac Nunez, the left guard, Jacob Walker at center, and the right side of the line, Cooper Anderson and Jared Wasson. Finishing out the starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control, the PC defense with Logan Kelderman, EJ Fransman, and Trevor Veenstra up front. Isaac Kakmarinsky and Bo Bush, the inside linebackers, with Drew Geetings and Josiah Deal, the outside backers. Bennett Sprunk and Ty Vandermolen, the corners. Eric Mulder and Peyton Ritzert are the safeties. And those are your starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control. Sean and his team want to kill your bugs.
Call 628-3198. Menninga Pest Control.
As we head into break, we'll take a look at our game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. It is 72 degrees under a cloudy sky. Nice breeze, JD. We stepped out of the press box during Coach Cack's pregame interview and both looked at each other and said, boy, this is a gorgeous night for high school football.
Yeah, I had a little rain this afternoon. Hopefully that isn't scaring anybody off, because this is an outstanding weather to play some football.
72 degrees, your game time temperature, presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating, your local cooling and heating experts. You'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
All right, let's take a timeout inside of our Pingles Home Store radio pregame show. The opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply is coming right around the corner, live on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel.
Have you still not tried the restaurant delivery service right here in Pella, Delivery.com? They have more than a dozen local partners ready to bring hot and fresh food right to you, wherever you are. At home, at the office, heck, they even deliver food to our broadcast crew right at the stadium. And the more I use Delivery.com, the more I love it. They send me coupons all the time for free delivery or a few bucks off my next meal. I've got to eat, but I don't want to cook. Delivery.com is the perfect solution. Try them out today. You'll get hooked just like I am. Delivery.com. culver's.com.
Hi, this is Tim Tagernheis, owner of Culver's Restaurant here in Pella. Fall is one of my favorite times of the year. I love watching football and I love going to football games. Like many of you, I'm a huge fan of the Little Dutch, the Eagles, and the Central Dutch. If you're looking for a quick meal on your way to the game or a tasty treat when it's over, stop into Culver's in Pella. We'll make you a fresh, never frozen burger just how you want it, one of our famous concrete mixers, or any of our other great menu items. We're locally owned and involved in your community. Culver's Restaurant in Pella.
Hi, this is Sarah with the Bukite team at Pella Real Estate Services. We recently helped a seller sell their home at East 6th Street in Pella for $292,000. Compared to a 6% commission, using our Prez Listing Advantage, they saved $5,760. When it's time to sell your property, call 628-1BUY and use the Prez Listing Advantage at Pella Real Estate Services.
Pole barns were originally engineered in the 1930s. Over the years, the materials and techniques have been vastly improved. Modern-day construction makes for versatile buildings used for housing, commercial use, or storage. Dutch Mill Supply is your pole barn specialist.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door. Our product line is diverse, and we'll get you what you need quickly and at a competitive price.
We do everything on our phones. We order dinner, schedule haircuts, and watch videos to figure out how to fix that leaky faucet. You probably expect the same convenience when it comes to your money. You want secure, reliable, mobile banking in the palm of your hand. So why not choose a bank with an App Store rating of 4.7 stars? At Light and State Bank, our LSB 360 app has all of the features you've come to expect, like mobile bill pay, easy transfers, and remote deposit from the comfort of your home. Plus, if you need to chat or have a question, save yourself a call and message us right from the app. Make the switch to Light and State Bank today. Member FDIC.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Van Haften Plumbing and Heating helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Van Haften Plumbing and Heating and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help you improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Look them up online in your favorite search engine, then rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
At Pella Fiber, you're more than just a number. You're a neighbor, a friend, a family member. You are what makes Pella a great place to live, work, and play. And Pella Fiber is dedicated to bringing you the connections you need to live life to its fullest. So while big telecommunications companies see you as just another number on a profit statement, you'll always be much more to us. Pella Fiber, neighbors, not numbers. Join us at PellaFiber.com and connect to what really matters.
We are back inside of the Pingles Home Store radio pregame show on 92.1 KRLS, KNIA, KRLS.com, and worldwide on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. The national anthem is in the books. Great job by the Pella Christian Concert Choir with the national anthem here this evening while we were away at break. And, well, it's Hawaiian shirt night here tonight on Eagle Lane, apparently, JD.
Yeah, you got the student section showing out, and the volleyball game last night, the student section was outstanding, and it's great to be at a school and a place that takes that stuff seriously. You know, you just don't see that all around the country, and here in Pella, the student section is something that is important to these people.
As the captains make their way to the 50-yard line, do want to let you know other games that will be following along tonight on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Just across town, Pella is at home tonight against North Polk. Knoxville down Highway 163 to take on Oskaloosa. Top 10 matchup in Class 4A. Indianola is at Glenwood tonight. Third-ranked Class 2A PCM hosts Newton in the Jasper County rivalry matchup. And Norwalk is in Des Moines to take on Des Moines Lincoln. We'll be following those games and more on our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. So I was looking at the scoreboard, JD. Did you see what happened down at the 50-yard line?
I missed it.
You missed it as well. We'll find out here in just a minute. I'll promise you, either Pella Christian or Panorama is getting the football, and we're going to find out here in about a minute or so. As we wrap up our Pingles Home Store radio pregame show, real people, real service, real dependability at Pingles Home Store, 911 Broadway Street in downtown Pella. The wind is coming out of the south, wind blowing from right to left tonight at Pella Christian High School. So as you're kicking or throwing right to left, the wind will be aiding you a bit. I mean, it's not a real strong wind, but I mean, it's noticeable when you're walking down around the field.
Yeah, you know, given the field as far as big open spaces around us, it doesn't take a whole lot to have an impact on the game, and especially the kicking game. I expect the wind to play a little bit of a role there.
So Pella Christian has, I believe, won the toss and then deferred to the second half because the Eagles are kicking off, and they'll be kicking with the wind from right to left. So Jack Fancher to do the kicking duties. He had 5 touchbacks a week ago. 11 kickoffs for the Eagles last week.
Man, it was a busy night for Jack Fancher last week. He had the 40-yard field goal on the first drive of the game, and really I believe that the coaching staff talks about this as well. He's a weapon. You know, he's a guy who can really boot the ball pretty deep. So kickoff was something that maybe the Eagles struggled with a little bit last week, so I'm interested to see how they look here on this first kickoff.
Opening kick coming up, presented by Dutch Mill Supply in Pella. The Eagles from right to left, the left-footed Fancher galloping towards the 40, and the ball is in the air. We are underway with high school football on KRLS. Kick return from the 5, up the middle at the 20, lowers his shoulder and takes the defender to the 25-yard line. Opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply in Pella, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. So it'll be Panorama to start at the 25-yard line, just underway, 11 minutes, 55 seconds to go first quarter. Trevor Castle, J.D. Bohr, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. The quarterback is Austin Block. He and Caden Vermeer were listed as co-starters, but Block out of the pistol, turns around and hands it off, and it's picked up out of thin air, and it's Isaac Kakmarinsky all the way in. Touchdown, Eagles! As Coggill scooted through the line, the ball came out, went right into Kak's arms, and he goes in untouched for the score 12 seconds into the game.
Well, there you go. I'd love to offer some analysis, but that happened so fast, I'm not really even sure what happened. But the Panorama handed it off, and the ball popped out, and all of a sudden Isaac Kakmarinsky was taken off the other way. And that's back-to-back weeks for Kak scoring a defensive touchdown. And this one, like you said, just 12 seconds into the game. Another crazy start here on Eagle Lane.
He had 5 touchdowns in 4 different ways last week. And now the extra point snap is bobbled, running around the left end and tackled down at the 1-yard line. So the extra point try ends up being no good, and Pella Christian will have to settle for a 6-0 lead. We have played 12 seconds, and the Eagles are on the board on KRLS.
Why should you consider a career at Vermeer? Field Service Manager Josh Evans says that he loves being tasked with taking care of Vermeer customers.
The team that I work on is the team that takes care of Vermeer customers. So, I mean, kind of where it all started, where Gary would get in his plane and he would deliver parts and stuff like that. When I came into the service, I was basically told, here's the keys to the Vermeer car and do whatever's needed to take care of our customers. So that's always been really cool to be part of that.
Start the search for your career at Vermeer by visiting vermeer.com/careers.
At least 5 news stories every day. Let's Talk Pella every weekday. Breaking news, live severe weather coverage, in-depth with Dr. Bob Leonard, community calendar events, all that and more on your home for today's Pella news and local information. 92.1 at KRLS. You can also find it all at KNIAKRLS.com. And you can listen anytime and anywhere by downloading the free KRLS mobile app. Nobody covers Pella more because we care more. The one to count on for today's news and local information. 92.1 KRLS.
And back to Pella Christian High School, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. It's Pella Christian 6, Panorama 0, and a touchback. This time the Panthers will start with 11:48 remaining in the first quarter. Also at the, well, now to the 20-yard line. First drive started at the 25. Coggill fumbled the first handoff. And just a moment ago, Isaac Kakmarinsky, he didn't even scoop it up. It went right to him. Yeah. And, you know, I could have even scored on that one, I think, JD.
Yeah,
Not to take anything away from Kak, but, I mean, right in the breadbasket, clear sailing, touchdown Eagles. Now back to the ground on the triple option, left side run, and Coggill is slung down in the backfield. A host of Eagles are there. I see Drew Geetings among them, and it is a 4-yard loss to bring up 2nd and 14.
Yeah, you know, the first play of the game, Panorama really spread it out, and this time they go under center. They have the fullback back there. It kind of looks like old school football. Faked it to the fullback, ran the option, but Eric Mulder and Drew Geetings were all over it, and a big loss there for Panorama to start the drive.
2nd down and 14. It's 6-0. Pella Christian leads. We are just underway. 2 wide receivers. Check that. 3 receivers come near side right and 1 to the left as the shotgun snap is hauled in. Screen to the near side. Catch is made. And then 1 broken tackle and back to the original line of scrimmage. A catch and run of 4 yards for Niall Lindstrom.
Yeah, you know, trying to use the whole field there as Panorama, you know, spreads it out, gets it out for a screen to Lindstrom. But good pursuit there from the Eagles to contain him and keep him to just a 4-yard gain, brings up 3rd and 10.
Block the quarterback, the lefty, with a 3rd down and 10 from the 20-yard line. There's some movement up front. Pella Christian a bit out of sorts defensively. The left slot receiver was left uncovered, and at the last moment, Josiah Deal went running out after him. And I think as Josiah started sprinting out, one of the defensive linemen caught that out of the corner of their eye, and they jumped off sides for a 5-yard penalty.
All in all, probably not such a bad thing, as now we can actually get our defense set and know what's going on.
So now Deal will come back in at more of a traditional linebacker spot. They hand it off on 3rd and 5, and Coggill straight up the gut for a 7-yard gain and a 1st down.
I love these kind of plays early on in the game. You get a 3rd and 5, and you get to see once, you know, what does the coaching staff here at Panorama, what do they want to do? You know, and clearly they're showing you that they trust their run game. Handing it off to Coggill, and it worked out for him as he's able to pick up 6 on 3rd and 5.
So 1st down and 10 for Panorama. It's Pella Christian 6, Panorama 0. 10 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, and this is exactly what Coach Cack talked about in our pregame interview. They want to keep it on the ground, and they really want to slow the pace down. Now, giving up a fumble return for a touchdown on the first play, not what was drawn up, but you got to move forward, and they go back to the ground. It's the quarterback block on a keeper, and he pays the price. Dropped in the backfield for a loss of 4.
Yeah, they went back to the same play that we saw them start the drive, going back under center, so they really mixing up their offense. This time, again, fake to the fullback, but as Block was trying to get out to the right edge, Josiah Deal was right there. He swallowed him up, and he got a lot of help to push him back about 5 yards.
Pella Christian is wearing their maroon jerseys, gold pants, gold helmets, defending the right south goal here at Pella Christian High School. And for Panorama, they're wearing their white jerseys, the navy blue pants with the lighter blue numerals. So white and blue of Panorama and maroon and gold of Pella Christian, as Panorama goes under center from left to right, and it's Coggill on a left side toss sweep, and his jersey is grabbed from behind as he gets out to the 31-yard line, stopped dead in his tracks there after a 4-yard gain to get back to the original line of scrimmage and bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, again, they went to that tight formation, this time pitching it outside, but as they move tight, I noticed Eric Mulder, who usually plays a deep safety, moves down into the box, and he was the one grabbing the jersey, hanging on for dear life, trying to pull him down. And now you get a 3rd and 10, and I would imagine this is a passing situation for Panorama.
This is exactly where Coach Cack said we need to get them, and they don't want to be 3rd and long. They ran it on 3rd and 5. I don't think they'll be as adventurous on 3rd and 10. Coggill motions out of the backfield. It's a quarterback run. Slips through the first 2 guys, but not Isaac Kakmarinsky. Waiting at the line of scrimmage to drop him for a loss of a yard. And here comes the Panorama punt team.
Yeah, two drives into it. Of course, the first one being a 1-play fumble drive, but we haven't seen a whole lot from Panorama in trying to stretch the field and use the passing game, because that was a QB draw all the way. And Logan Kelderman just about had him in the backfield, but he didn't get far before Isaac Kakmarinsky was waiting for him.
So now Panorama to punt. The punter standing at his own 20-yard line. Eagles with 2 men back deep inside their own 40. Punt coming from left to right, and the boot is away. Nice kick. And it's hauled in at the 25-yard line. Mulder started to the far side, spins all the way around to the near sideline at the 35, cuts it back towards the middle, now to the sideline. And a shoulder is laid to take Mulder out of bounds at the 47-yard line. But a nice 20-yard return there by Eric Mulder to set the Eagles up near midfield.
Man, I tell you what, you get into high school football, half the battle in punt return is just finding somebody back there who can just catch the ball. And, I think that's why Eric's back there, because he's pretty reliable in catching the ball, but that time he's able to use his speed. I thought he had great blocks, gets the 20 yards out of it. Now the Eagles are set up really well here to begin their first drive on offense.
We have our first Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. Indianola 7, Glenwood nothing on a Cale Koleric 4-yard run. Our score is Pella Christian 6, Panorama nothing, and it's Isaac Kakmarinsky, quarterback run right side. He's met at the line of scrimmage and dropped for no gain.
And probably not the way they drew that one up. I'm not sure what was going on there, but looked like a different look there than we've normally seen for Pella Christian, but going nowhere. Going to bring up 2nd and 10. And again, they're trying to find ways to get the run game going. We talked about that in the pregame.
2nd down and 10 for the Eagles at their own 47 from right to left. 3 receivers stacked right. Kakmarinsky throws a screen that way that is intercepted. It's going back the other way to the 10 and down to the 5-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 4 inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. That play was read perfectly. Is it 4? I'm having a hard time reading the jersey number.
I think it's number 2, Hunter Pauley, or it might be Austin Plock. It is really hard to tell.
Boy. Well, credit to the Panorama defender who stepped right in front of that pass, picked it off, and took it back 40 yards all the way down to the Pella Christian 4-yard line.
Yeah, it does look like it was Austin Block, the quarterback, who also plays linebacker. There's a bunch formation to the right for Pella Christian, and they're trying to set up a screen for Bennett Sprunk. Which is a really good play for them last week, but an excellent play from Panorama, as that changes the game right there. After one play, it looked like PC was in control, but now Panorama's knocking on the door.
And now 1st down and goal, and it's blocked straight ahead and into the end zone. Touchdown, Panorama. Austin Block finishes it, and we're tied at 6.
Twice now this game has changed very rapidly, as the first play of the game was a fumble return touchdown, and another turnover here, as this time Pella Christian turns it over to Panorama. And it's not often you see a QB sneak from the 4-yard line.
Right.
But, geez,
That's what it was.
Not a whole lot going on there, and he puts it in for 6.
6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter in a tie game. And the extra point team for Panorama, the kick is up, and the kick is good. It sneaks inside the left upright, and Panorama has taken a 7-6 lead. We'll be back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth right after this on 92.1 KRLS.
Have you spent a lot of time looking at the inside of your house lately, thinking it could use some updates? Pingle's Home Store of Pella has what you're looking for, from new furniture to floor, decor, and more. From a total style overhaul to simple updates, see what Pingle's has in store for you. If you need personal help to see your vision realized, ask our own interior designer, Lori. Make an appointment today. Stop by Pingle's Home Store or visit pingleshome.com. Discover dependability. Real people, real service, real dependability. Pingle's Home Store.
Now hiring helpful smiles at your Pella Hy-Vee. Looking for a part-time job? Please join our team. We have positions open in our meat department, kitchen, customer service, and wine and spirits. All shifts available. We offer a competitive wage, flexible scheduling, and employee discount on groceries. This is a perfect opportunity for high school students, retirees, and anyone looking for a great place to work. It is simple to apply. www.hyvee.com or stop in the store and get an interview today.
Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS. Panorama 7, Pella Christian nothing. Each team taking advantage of turnovers for their scores, and the Panthers lead by 1. And now a squib kickoff, and a whistle blows. There's a flag back at the 40. I think Panorama offsides on that kickoff.
It was a squib, but it looked like he was just barely trying to squib it and maybe trying to run it down and get on it. They called it offsides. I didn't realize that they would stop the play for that, but it's going to force the Panthers to kick off again. And it'll be interesting to see if they try to do the same thing or if they're going to try to maybe kick it long this time.
In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. The very first offensive play of the game by Panorama turned into a Pella Christian touchdown on a fumble recovery for a score by Isaac Kakmarinsky. After the Eagles stopped Panorama and forced a punt, Pella Christian threw an interception. Isaac Kakmarinsky was picked off by Austin Block. He returned it all the way down to the 4-yard line and then punched it in one play later, and the Panthers have a 7-6 lead. And now the Pella Christian return by Bennett Sprunk, and he's out near midfield, where Pella Christian will start 1st and 10. So it's 7-6 Panorama, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
A nice return there from Bennett Sprunk. As again, Pella Christian is going to start with good field position, and obviously the offense is looking to get off to a better start than they did the last drive. So this is important to find a way to get some rhythm here offensively. And for the Panthers, they're looking to make some plays again and see if they can help out their offense.
1st down and 10. Kakmarinsky out of the shotgun, takes a snap and hands it off to Schurz, who gets to the Panorama 49. JD, there have been 8 total yards of offense, 2 turnovers, and it's a 7-6 game.
Yeah, you don't see that very often, but I tell you what, you spend enough time at a high school football games, and anything can happen, and this has certainly been one of those games here in the first quarter. As 7-6, and there really hasn't been any offense.
Quick Strawver Cellular Instant Radio update. Glenwood returns the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown against Indianola to tie that game 7-7. Now a Kakmarinsky pass goes right through Eric Mulder's hands at the 45. It's as easy of a pitch and catch as you're going to get. Mulder drops it, and now the Eagles are staring at 3rd and 8.
Yeah, it's so important as an offense. We talked about finding rhythm. You got to have productive plays on 1st and 2nd down, and so far that has not happened for the Eagles.
3rd down and 8 from the 49-yard line. Schurz comes in motion, and it's a zone read for Kak. He keeps it, and he's dropped in the backfield for a loss of 2, and it's 4th down. Shooting through to make the play is Jared Wasson, the 6'4", 220-pound man-eater for Panorama, and it's 4th and 10.
Yeah, this Panorama defensive line is big, and they are mean, and they're already making their presence known. As both times that the Eagles have tried to run the ball at the middle, they're just getting eaten up. Those guys are ready for it. And, man, for the Panthers, they're looking good defensively, making big-time plays and also shutting down the run game, forcing a punt.
Pella Christian trailing Panorama 7-6. It's now 4th down, and the punt team is on for the Eagles. And Mulder lets it fly. Beautiful high hanging kick, and a fair catch is called for and made at the 14-yard line. So Panorama with its 4th offensive possession coming. And with 5 minutes and 22 seconds left in the first quarter, let's take a quick check of the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Our score, Panorama 7-6 over Pella Christian. Glenwood and Indianola are tied at 7, and Norwalk leads Des Moines Lincoln 7-0. No score yet out of PCM or Newton. Pella and North Polk and Knoxville and Oskaloosa, those are all 7:30 starts. So we have 3 7 o'clock starts on the network, 3 7:30 starts, and we'll be following them all night long on the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. And now Panorama with a 1-point lead goes back to the ground. And I believe that's a keeper by Block again, just straight ahead, and he picks up 3 yards to the 17.
You know what? They scored a touchdown on a QB sneak from the 4-yard line. This time 1st and 10. That just looked like a straight QB sneak from the Panthers, and I guess they get 3 yards, so they're moving the ball.
Well, you do the math, JD. You get 3 or 4 every carry. That's all you need. So now 2nd down and 6. They gave Block 4. He goes under center, and this play was doomed from the start, although he takes it forward around the 21-yard line. As the snap came, and then the offensive line didn't move, but the fullback was moving. And then when it's all said and done, Block gets out to the 21-yard line, and we're sitting at 3rd and 2.
I don't know if this is what happened, but I've been in a situation as a quarterback where we're going on 2, and the ball snapped on 1. It's never a good feeling, but they're still able to pick up a couple of yards, puts them in 3rd and 2. And I think this is a comfortable spot if you're the Panthers, just finding ways to move the ball. It's a little unorthodox right now, but can't argue with results.
Panorama 7, Pella Christian 6 with 4 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. And it's a keeper again and stopped back behind the line of scrimmage. They try to fake toss sweep and then have Block go back around to the other side. And the Eagles were waiting for it. And the tackle is made for a loss of 2. And it's 4th down on the play by Drew Gietings.
Yeah, there's definitely some adjustments being made as Panorama's showing some different formations. And I'm seeing the Eagles put more guys in the box. But I don't know what's going on, but the Panthers look a little bit out of sync offensively. That play was going nowhere. Credit Logan Kelderman for getting in the backfield and wrapping up Block.
Punt team is on again, and just Eric Mulder back, so 10 up close And Mulder standing at his own 40-yard line. And the Eagles get a finger on that one. It's partially blocked. It lands at the 35 and rolls to the 37-yard line. Pella Christian will start in plus territory as we give you a Dingaman Concrete game reset. The clock reads 3 minutes and 21 seconds in the first quarter. It's Panorama 7, Pella Christian 6, and the Eagles will start at the Panorama 37-yard line with 3:21 left in the first quarter. That is a Dingaman Concrete game reset. And the third drive, JD, with excellent field position for the Eagles. They've done nothing on offense.
Yeah, credit Trevor Veenstra for getting back there and blocking that punt, setting up the Eagles, and now it's time to find offense, find rhythm here as they get going here in the first quarter.
Kakmarinski takes a snap, hands it off to Schurz. Straight ahead run, best offensive play for the Eagles so far. He's inside the 35 to the 33 for a gain of 4.
Yeah, Benny Schurz is going to get the credit here for a 4-yard gain. But what you saw there is the offensive line from Pella Christian really asserting themselves. For the first time in this game, they were able to push that defensive line back, give him some space. It's only 4 yards, but it's positive movement here.
Second down and 6 coming up from the 33. Eagles from right to left, down by a point first quarter. Kakmarinski to Schurz, ball is out, and it's still loose. Looked like Panorama was first there, couldn't recover. And then maybe Pella Christian dodges a bullet and gets back on it with Schurz.
Nope.
No, the Panthers recover. That was just a busted play by Kak and Schurz, JD. Maybe not busted as much as just not quite on the same wavelength timing-wise, and another Pella Christian turnover.
Man, timing is so important. We talked about Panorama not having very good timing on offense, and there Pella Christian, man, just offensively really struggling to find some rhythm and some timing. That was just a simple handoff play, and it just didn't make the handoff. And Cooper Anderson was the defensive lineman there for Panorama who fell on it.
Another Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. A Carter Erickson pick 6 has given Indianola a 14-7 lead over Glenwood in a top 10 4A matchup tonight. And here's a handoff to Coghill. He's not finding it as easy going as it was a week ago against Colfax Mingo when he averaged 10 yards a carry. That 1-yard first down run gives him 5 carries and 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that time they handed off to their running back, but the Pella Christian defense won the line of scrimmage, and that's something that's been wavering a little bit here in the first quarter. As you watch when the ball is snapped, who's winning the line of scrimmage? Which line, the defensive line or the offensive line, is able to push them around? And that one is won by the Eagles.
2nd down and 9 from the 40. Panorama from left to right in their own territory. Low shotgun snap and a quick pass coming to the near side with heavy pressure right in the face of Austin Block. His pass is low and incomplete, and it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, Block was looking back for Lindstrom there on the screen to the right side. And the offensive line is going to let the defensive players through so that they can get in front of it and block. But maybe they let him through a little bit too quickly as Block had nowhere to go there.
And the snap threw him off target just a little bit. He had to reach down below his knees to grab it. And as you know, JD, even a quarter of a second on that kind of a play is big.
Oh, man. It's kind of been some sloppy play here in the first quarter, both sides.
3rd and 9, Block going deep down the near side, and it is intercepted. It'll act as a bit of a short punt picked off by Peyton Ritzert, and Pella Christian on the 4th turnover of the game takes back over at their own 37.
Yeah, I just mentioned some sloppy play. You know, there it is again. Block threw that one up. There really wasn't a whole lot going on. Ritzert was probably the guy who had the best chance to make that play, and he did as he caught that ball over his shoulder. The Panthers aren't too hurt from that because, like you said, it's a long punt. But now, you know, the defense for the Panthers gets back on the field, and offensively the Eagles again trying to find a way to move the football.
Pella Christian with just 4 yards of offense and 2 turnovers in 3 drives. Now a throw coming from Kak, going deep down the field, and it's caught in stride of the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Pella Christian, 63 yards.
Yeah, that was a strike. What a great throw there from Isaac Kakmarinski. They ran a little play action. Isaac was rolling out to his right, threw it on the run. Drew Giedings did a great job of beating his defender and turned on the Jets, caught that baby in stride, took it into the end zone. Maybe not the offensive rhythm that I'm talking about, but you know what? We'll take a big play when we can get it, and that was certainly a big play to jumpstart this Eagles offense.
First catch of the year for Drew Giedings is a 63-yard home run shot from Isaac Kakmarinski, and Pella Christian has taken a 12-7 lead. And now the Eagles will try to add the extra point. No, two-point try with Kakmarinsky back in the shotgun. Takes a snap, looks left, throws to the big man. Eric Mulder goes up, leaps, and makes the catch inbounds in the back corner of the end zone for the two-point conversion. And the Eagles lead by 7, 14-7. 63 yards, Isaac Kakmarinsky to Drew Keatings, and the Eagles lead by a touchdown with 1:56 to go, first quarter.
The plugs in the car go spark, 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 spark. The plugs in the car go spark, spark, spark at Central Tire and Auto.
If the plugs don't spark, the car won't start. For tires and brakes, front end work, their no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the little things like new spark plugs. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Sing along.
At Central Tire and Auto.
Pella Cinemas presents the big screen premiere of one of the greatest fighters in the Marvel Universe, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, rated PG-13. Enjoy dazzling fights and spectacular action in this movie that can only be seen in theaters. Also showing at Pella Cinemas is Paw Patrol the movie, rated G, featuring your children's favorite TV pups. And still only in theaters on the big screen is Free Guy, rated PG-13, and starring Ryan Reynolds in the funniest and most engaging film of the year. For a list of showtimes, visit Pella-Cinemas.com and enjoy a movie at Pella Cinemas.
We are back in what has been an action-packed first quarter on Eagle Lane, live inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Trevor Castle, J.D. Bohr with you, and now a Pella Christian kickoff taken at the 5-yard line, near side of the field. Panorama heading to the far side of the field at the 20 and out to the 23-yard line. J.D., we've seen 4 first-quarter turnovers. We've seen a defensive touchdown. We've seen a quarterback sneak from the 4-yard line, a home run, 63-yard shot. I mean, this first quarter has had a lot of action, and it's 14-7 Pella Christian.
I tell you what, welcome to Friday night football. You never know what's going to happen. This one has seen momentum turn drastically multiple times. And I keep thinking eventually we're going to settle in and figure out, who's the better team, but so far it's just been back and forth with a lot of weird stuff going on.
Now Panorama, first down and 10 at the 23, and it's a fake and a keeper by Block running right. He's met at the 25-yard line and forward to the 28-yard line for a 5-yard pickup. Took a pretty big hit there, but he's up okay. Second down and 5.
Yeah, first down plays are so important. It's something that we haven't seen Pella Christian be able to do well yet. Of course, when you score a touchdown on first down, that's fine. But
well, how about this, JD? This is their 6th offensive possession of the first quarter. Like, that never happens. They're just 12-minute quarters in high school football.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. We've seen a lot of football, but it seems like we haven't seen any normal football for the first 10 minutes of this game.
Second down and 5 out of the 28-yard line. Panorama from left to right, trailing PC 14-7. Play action fake, blocks, throw is incomplete. He was looking for Josh Van Winkle, running an out route on the near side of the field, just out of his reach. Third down and 5 coming up, where the Panthers are 1 of 3 so far.
Yeah, Panorama's really trying to do some misdirection, whether it's in the backfield or this time they're going to the air, but still a little play fake before. But I think one of the strengths of the PC defense is their speed. They're able to cover sideline to sideline. Their linebackers cover a lot of ground. So I'm not really sure that's something that they're going to have a whole lot of success with, but I'm sure they'll continue to try to find creative ways to get their playmakers in space.
Lights are on here on Eagle Lane as we near the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour. And a third down and 5 for Panorama. Pump fake, block goes to the far side of the field, and it is tipped and intercepted by Pella Christian. Ty Vandermolen, far side of the field at the 20, and he's taken down at the 16-yard line.
What a play from Ty Vandermolen. I love to see it because the sideline from BC is going crazy. Ty Vandermolen is a senior who has not played high school football before, but he's out there playing corner, and he comes up with a pick, breaks a couple tackles, ends up getting a pretty nice return. Again, another turnover here in the first quarter. I don't know if we're ever going to get out of this first quarter.
Well, they will start inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust Red Zone. As we remind you, you're listening to Pella Christian Football, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS Knoxville Pella, and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella. For the Eagles, it's their 5th drive of the first quarter, our 11th offensive possession in just 12 minutes of the first quarter. And now we've got a whistle and a flag back in the end zone that Panorama is defending. The play clock still had 6 seconds on it.
You know, I'm guessing he probably thought there's too many guys on the field, but I think he must have counted wrong. They got it figured out.
Yeah, they picked up the flag, no penalty. First down and 10 from the 16. In the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. Handoff, Kakmarinski. Breaks one tackle. Feet still moving at the 10. Inside the 5, and he drags a defender all the way down to the 4-yard line. Isaac Kakmarinski, a gain of 13.
There's a good-looking run from PC, this time with a different look as Bo Bush, who we expected to play a little quarterback as well. He's taking the snaps. Kakmarinski, of course, being the athlete that he is still involved, taking the handoff. Good blocking up front to spring him for a nice gain.
First down and goal to go at the 3-yard line. Bush out of the shotgun. Kakmarinski to his left. 3 receivers to the left. Bush hands it off to Kak. No, keeper by Bush, and he lost the football at the 1. It's loose in the end zone. Recovered by Pella Christian. Touchdown, Eagles! And absolutely no idea who came up off the bottom of the pile with the ball.
Yeah,
it might.
I couldn't tell.
I'm not even going to guess. They'll give us a stat sheet at halftime, and we'll get that sorted out.
The madness continues that time as Bo Bush, the quarterback, was running the keeper.
Who's the lineman coming off here getting all the praise?
Yeah. I believe that's number 69, Austin Manzulin.
I believe that he must have scored the touchdown. I mean, there's no other reason that he'd be getting chest bumps. Extra point up. And the extra point bounces off the crossbar, and then the upright, and then the crossbar again, and in. JD, am I dreaming this whole night? I mean, what the hell is going on here?
This is crazy, man. I have no idea. I cannot answer that for you. This is just madness. We get an offensive lineman scoring a touchdown, of course.
This is year number 24, I believe, of calling high school football on KNIA KRLS. I have never seen a quarter like this, JD. And I mean, it's 21-7 Eagles. There's 14 seconds left. And we could sit here for the next 15 minutes, and I'm not sure I could do an accurate job of describing all the craziness that's gone on in this game.
Yeah, we've probably seen, maybe 1 or 2 first downs total. The score is 21-7. We've had way too many turnovers. You know, even that play that the Eagles scored the touchdown on, to be honest with you, Bo Bush is they're calling it a fumble. I really thought he was down at the 1-yard line. Ball squirts into the end zone. That's going to be a momentum changer either way. But a heads-up play for PC to fall on it, put points on the board. I mean, that's a huge deal when you got that ball squirting there in the end zone.
And by the way, we're going to get a 12th offensive drive in this quarter. I mean, that seems impossible. I will remind you folks, we play 12 minutes of high school football per quarter. And here's the kickoff by Fancher. And it's taken at the 1-yard line, left to right on the return. 15 out near the 20 and tackled at the 23. Pella Christian trying to strip it the whole way down, but Panorama will start at the 23 with 6 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and it's a 21-7 Pella Christian lead.
Yeah. We talked about the kickoffs as the first play of the game. Looking to see Pella Christian improve in that area. Well, this is the 4th time that they've kicked off, and so far so good, as they've all been pinned back in deep inside the 25-yard line.
First down and 10 for Panorama with 6 seconds remaining, and a screen to the near side. Catch is made by Niall Lindstrom, and he's out to the 33-yard line. Gain of 10. That should be and is the final play of the first quarter. It has been a wild and wacky first quarter. Pella Christian 21, Panorama 7. We'll be back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth right after this.
Quality products and the knowledge to help you make the best decisions. That's Mike Blom with Cabinet Design of Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry, who helped Vicky Hirama with her bathroom remodel.
I found a wooden countertop that was beautiful. He told me how that stains easy and the water on it might start looking not as nice. And he showed me the countertop options in his showroom. I found a beautiful choice that I think I actually love better.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the cabinet guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
Norm Rosendahl Tiling in Monroe has been a trusted expert in the Marion and Jasper County areas for more than 40 years. They're experienced in understanding the contour of the land to identify how water management can help your farm or business, and they work with you to develop a draining solution that's right for your project using precision intake products. In addition to tiling, they install septic systems and water lines, as well as site preparation for new construction with their backhoe, excavator, and bulldozer services. Call Caritha at 259-2651 for a free estimate on your next project, or visit rosendahltiling.com.
We're back at Pella Christian High School inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS, and a Panorama throw down the seam. Catch is made at midfield, and then a spear of a tackle at the 42-yard line. Big gain for Panorama.
Yeah, they're mixing it up here as we see that quarterback change that we kind of thought might happen as number 6, Caden Vermeer, the sophomore, is taking the snaps. This time he rolls out to the left, finds his receiver, Josh Van Winkle, wide open in the middle of the field, and it's a good-looking start if you're a Panther fan. 25
yards on the catch and run from Van Meer to Van Winkle. Sounds like a Pella Christian tandem, JD.
That's right.
And a handoff up the middle, and Coggill down to the 40 for a 3-yard gain. It's Pella Christian 21, Panorama 7. And this is not hyperbole, JD. I am being dead serious. I never can remember as crazy of a quarter as we saw in this first quarter. And I don't want to start trying to recap it right now because I won't do it justice, but rewind it, go back to the app later tonight, listen to it, go to the YouTube, watch it. I mean, it was absolutely bananas. And now Van Meer to throw on 2nd down and 8, overthrows his receiver far side, incomplete, 3rd down.
Yeah, again, they're going to the air. I'm just thinking back to what you said. Last week it was at Des Moines Christian, the second quarter was crazy. And Schneider and I were up here going, man, I've never seen a quarter like that. Well, we topped it here as this first quarter has certainly been more exciting, maybe a little more sloppy. Hasn't always been good football.
Right. Weird and interesting doesn't always mean good, but it certainly has been entertaining.
It has been entertaining. There's 28 points on the board. But if you're an Eagle fan, you're happy that they're on the right side of it so far.
Panorama 1 of 4 on 3rd down, and this one bounces off the back of maybe an offensive lineman that was out there blocking. No call made there for an ineligible receiver, so it must have hit the running back coming out. And now Panorama with a 4th down and 7 from the Pella Christian 41-yard line. Decision time for head coach Mike Kozlerich.
That's right. It's always interesting to see what teams do in these spots. 4th and 7, 41-yard line. I kind of expect the Panthers to go for it. It looks like they are.
1 of 5 on 3rd downs. They have not attempted a 4th down. Low snap. Van Meer stumbling, picks up the snap, rolls to the right, makes the throw. Overthrown, incomplete, and the Eagles hold on downs.
Yeah, with the change to Van Meer, I think you see Panorama looking to put the ball in the air a little bit more. Block was more of a running type of quarterback. Van Meer's only 5'7", so they're doing a good job of rolling him out of the pocket to try to give him some space to see the field. Looks like he has a pretty good arm, but that was really good coverage there from the Eagles as there was really nowhere to go with that football. Turns him over there on 4th down, and now again we'll see the Eagles offense take the field. Looks like we're going to have Bo Bush stick around at quarterback here this drive as well.
So Bush operating for Pella Christian from left to right at the 41-yard line, and the snap and the handoff for no gain.
And nothing going on there as they're trying to hand it off to Kakmarinsky there to the right side. But that was really good defense there from the Panthers. I see Jacob Walker, who was the nose tackle. He snuffed that one out and is able to wrap him up for just a gain of 1.
Pella Christian 21, Panorama 7. And a 2nd down and 9 as they gave Cack 1 yard. And now Bush to throw. Fires down the far left side of the field. A little bit underthrown. Mulder comes back for the ball and then can't hang on. Thought he had it, but going to the ground, it got popped loose. It's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Bush did a nice job. Throw it up to the big fella. See if you can go run one down. And I thought he had 2 hands on it, but as he came down to the ground, Lindstrom, number 24 there from the Panthers, was able to make a play on the ball and knock it out of there, and you got a 3rd down. And have the Eagles picked up a 1st down yet? 1 maybe, last drive?
No, just the touchdown, which is an official 1st down, but
yeah,
that's it. 3rd down and 9. So the answer is yes, but they've never moved the chains. Bush to throw, straight drop, fires over the middle, incomplete again. It was right on the shoulder of Trevor Veenstra with 2 defenders draped all over him. Veenstra wanted pass interference, no call, 4th down.
Yeah, the Eagles love to go to this all seams look, so they spread it out with wide receivers, and literally every receiver is running the same route. They're going straight down the field, and the quarterback just has a decision to pick out which direction is best. I thought Bush picked out the right one, even though there's a couple guys in the area. Veenstra had a couple hands on the ball, but credit the Panthers. Once again, their secondary is all over it and is able to knock the ball out.
Quick Stravers Cellular Instant Radio Update. North Polk 8, Pella 0. 3.5 minutes gone by in the first quarter, and this Mulder punt sails well out of bounds. It lands at the 30-yard line, but about 12 yards out of bounds, and they say that it crossed the line at the 40. So Panorama starts at the 40-yard line, 10 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first half. And in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, there were 5 turnovers in the first quarter, a defensive touchdown, a 63-yard Pella Christian touchdown, an extra point that bounced off the upright and the crossbar, and then the upright again, all kinds of craziness, and it ended, and it still is, Pella Christian 21, Panorama 7, 10:20 to go here in the second quarter. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarian.
And now a snap that hits the lineman, the center. It hit his own leg and then rolled back to the quarterback, Vermeer, who has to fall on it at the 36 for a loss of 4 yards.
Man, that was a fumble, and Vermeer was lucky to fall on that for just a 4-yard loss, as E.J. Fransman is right into the backfield, and he almost had a chance to fall on that ball.
And now we have a Vision for Less timeout with the score, Pella Christian 21 and Panorama 7. Improving lives by helping people see better. If poor visibility is causing you to miss things, take a timeout and visit Vision for Less in Pella and get back in the game. JD, this is one of those when the coaches watch film, they're going to watch film tonight because they're not going to be able to sleep thinking about some of the things that happened in the first quarter. Plenty of things they'll be able to pick out from this game to work on next week.
Well, I tell you what, if they don't watch film tonight, they're going to be laying in bed thinking, man, did that really happen? Yeah. Is that really the way it went? It has been one of those games. Both sides have made some really nice plays. When you look at a turnover, you think, well, it was a bad play on offense, but the defense made the play, right? So both sides can look at their defenses and really look at some good things. But I think both coaches are a little disappointed offensively in the inability to move the chains and find ways to sustain drives, because it's either been a big play or it's been a turnover, or in this case, Panorama's already moving backwards in this possession.
Second down and 14 coming out of the Vision for Less timeout, and Panorama has the ball right to left. This is their 8th possession of the game already. And the snap and a handoff. Straight ahead running from Coghill. He's met in the backfield and dropped for a loss of 1. That has just absolutely not been there tonight. Coghill, 7 carries, 9 yards.
Yeah, that time they handed off to him, and we talked about it earlier that he had 200 yards last week, averaged 10 yards a carry. But this time it's Logan Kelderman again. The defensive line from Pella Christian looks much improved as they're finding ways to get into the backfield and wrap him up.
9:41 remaining in the second quarter. Pella Christian 21, Panorama 7. Panthers with an empty backfield, double tight ends, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, and Vermeer to throw. Pass is tipped and then nearly caught, incomplete. 4th down. I thought that was going to land right in the hands of Josh Van Winkle on the tip drill, but it lands a little bit short, and here comes the Panorama punt team.
I'm not sure he was trying to throw that ball to Van Winkle, but yeah, it got tipped at the line, and it pretty much hit Van Winkle in stride. He's probably kicking himself. He could have caught that and maybe found a way to squirt upfield and get a first down, but we are going to see another punt here from the Panthers, and I believe it was last time they punted, Veenstra was able to get back there and get a hand on it, so they got to shore that up.
Punt team is on for Panorama, and the boot is away. End over end kick. Mulder lets it land at the 26, and it bounces out of bounds somewhere around the 20-yard line. 9 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And where do they spot that one out of bounds? Looks like the 21-yard line for Pella Christian. What do you think, JD? Let's take a look at tonight's creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. Pella Christian has 21 points on the board, but outside of that deep 63-yard touchdown, just 18 offensive yards. What does Coach Cack have to do to get this offense moving?
You know, I was just thinking about that because early in the game I thought, man, let's take some more shots. You had that deep ball to Drew Giedings, which looked great. But last drive they tried a couple deep shots and weren't able to haul either of them in. But I think they're probably going to have to go to the air just a little bit more.
Bush is the quarterback, takes a snap on a hard count and hands it off. And Kakmarinsky trying to fight to the left side. And he gets 1 yard maybe to the 22-yard line. That is it. And it brings up 2nd down and 9. Tonight's creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. For branding, print, web, video, or interactive, call Brand Appeal. Relentless for you.
Man, that was a hard-earned 1 yard. Kakmarinsky was bottled up and kept those legs churning. And give Jacob Walker some credit for wrestling him down.
2nd down and 9 from the 22-yard line. Eagles lead by 2 touchdowns. Bush fires to the far side of the field, and it is caught! What a grab by Eric Mulder, wrestling with the defender to the ground, and he takes it to the Panorama 47-yard line, a gain of 31.
Well, you saw that before I did because that was a jump ball, and really either one could have come down with it. I thought it was intercepted. I was sitting here going, wow, I can't believe that was a great interception. But somehow Eric Mulder was able to pull that one in, and they do try a deep shot. And
yep, right on cue, JD, you asked for it.
You know, 6'8", you always got a chance to haul one in.
1st down and 10 of the 47. Now Bush swings it into the backfield for Kakmarinsky around the near side. This is a running play for Kak, and he's tripped up at the 40, falls forward to the 37, give him the 38-yard line. It is a 9-yard run on the backwards swing pass to Isaac Kakmarinsky.
And, you know, I played quarterback in high school, and I'm kicking myself for those because I'm the one.
But I want the passing yards on that one.
Throw that ball forward, not backwards. I need to get the passing yards. I'm just kidding. But really, that was a pretty good-looking play. One of the simpler plays there from the Eagles to get some blocking ahead of Kakmarinsky and get him out in open field.
So it's 2nd down and 1 now for the Eagles in Panorama territory. Bobbled snap by Bush, throws it to Kakmarinsky. 1st down and more, and he takes it down to the 31-yard line, this time good for a gain of 7.
That's the exact same play. And, you know, Bo learned his lesson, bobbled the snap a little bit to make sure that pass was thrown forward. I'm sure he wasn't doing that on purpose, but the same play. It was a run last time. This time it's a pass. But either way, the chains are moving here for Pella Christian.
7:29 in the 2nd quarter. Pella Christian 21, Panorama 7. Bush has 4 wide receivers, takes the snap, wants to throw. Under some pressure, jump pass, nearly intercepted. It was underthrown and incomplete, headed towards Trevor Veenstra.
Yeah, that was a dangerous play there. Bo was looking for Bush was looking for his receivers, but credit the Panorama pass rushes. There were a couple Panthers back there disrupting that play.
2nd down and 10 coming up at the 31-yard line. Pella Christian from left to right heading towards Highway 163 here on Eagle Lane from live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. And Bush on a long count takes a snap, hands it off to Kak, who falls down for a loss of 2. And even if he hadn't fallen down, there were 2 white-shirted Panther defenders waiting right there.
Yeah, that has been a consistent struggle for the Eagles. And I really believe the Panthers' defense has a lot to do with it. This defensive line is outstanding. But running the ball through in the tackles has been a struggle all year long, and it's continuing here today.
3rd down and 12 for PC, probably 4-down territory. Bush fires it, and incomplete behind Giedings at the 15-yard line. And now 4th and 12 coming up in no man's land at the 33.
Yeah, that time on 3rd and 12, I thought the offensive line from PC did a good job, gave Bush a pocket, but the route combinations, really nothing was there as I was looking downfield, and he threw it to Giedings, tried to give him a chance, but credit Panorama once again. That defense is really doing a good job of locking people up.
So 4th down and 12 for Pella Christian. 6:47 remaining in the 2nd quarter, and the Eagles have a 21-7 lead. And they have a 5 wide receiver look on their first 4th down attempt of the night. Bush takes the shotgun snap, looking left, firing deep left, down the far sideline for Mulder, jostling with the defender, shakes him off, makes the catch, and walks it in. Touchdown, Eagles. 33 yards, Bo Bush to Eric Mulder.
And we do have a flag. Oh, they're going to call
offensive interference.
You know, that's a tough call. You know, and I see Eric Mulder's going to go over there and talk to the official to see what he saw. That was a jump ball. We talked about it. When Eric Mulder's 6'8", give him a chance. And both Bush threw a perfect pass. Lindstrom and Mulder were neck and neck, a little jostling, probably from both sides, but the official catches Eric with a little shove there before the catch. And I don't know. I mean, those are tough calls to make. That one goes against the Eagles, and now moving 10 yards back, it looks like the Eagles are going to be forced to punt.
And I don't think you're saying any different. In fairness, the official is right there, and we were a long ways from that play. Hard to know exactly how much contact there was from our vantage point.
And those are the hardest calls to make in football.
Now the punt team on, so Mulder to punt. And this one may be headed towards the end zone. It lands at the 5, takes a sideways roll, and then eventually skips forward for a touchback for Pella Christian. And Panorama will come back out on offense with 6 minutes and 33 seconds left. In fact, let's give you a Dingham and Concrete game reset. 6:33 left in the second quarter. Pella Christian still holding on to the 21-7 lead they had at the end of the first quarter. Panorama will have it at the 20-yard line, starting after the touchback on a Dingham and Concrete game reset. Dingham and Concrete, where quality comes first. Call Jeff Dinghaman at 621-1611 for Dingham and Concrete. And before the first play of this drive, a quick Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. PCM, our opponent next week in Monroe, is tied at the end of the first quarter 0-0 with Newton. All right, Panorama football, 21-7. Pella Christian with the lead. And a first down handoff. I believe Coggill got the carry, got 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd down and 8. Yeah,
they're trying to run it right up the middle again with their fullback. Not a whole lot going on there. The Eagles swallowed that one up. You know, and I was kind of thinking this game's going to settle down at some point. It seems like we're there a little bit. But usually when that game settles down, you kind of look to see, okay, who seems to have the advantage. I'm not really sure there is a real distinct advantage so far in terms of the ability to move the ball for both
Neither team is doing what they want to do on offense really at all. 2nd down and 8, and this is a run from Vermeer trying to kick it around the right side. Flag comes flying in from behind the play, which is almost certainly a hold on Panorama. There's the call, and we'll move it back 10 yards.
Yeah, those we haven't seen, you know, we talked about it being a sloppy game. We haven't seen a whole lot of penalties, but these penalties are huge. It's 2nd and 8. The Panthers are trying to move the ball, find some rhythm. They're obviously a running football team, and now the holding call, and of course, you know, everybody says holding happens every play. It's just whether or not you see it. I don't know if that's true. But that's a big-time play, as now it's going to bring up 2nd and 18, and they got to find a way to.
It actually ended up being a 12-yard penalty because the holding happened 2 yards in the backfield. So they're back to 2nd and 20 at the 10. Right to left for Panorama, trailing Pella Christian 21-7 here midway second quarter. Swing pass near side through the hands of the receiver and nearly picked off. That would have been Ty Vandermolen's 2nd of the game and a walk-in touchdown, but just out of his reach. It's 3rd and long.
Yeah, that time Panorama tried to spread the Eagles out, and they're running a little screen play, and it's actually a pretty good idea against man coverage, because if they can get that catch and shake one guy, there's really not that much behind him, and he might have a chance for a huge play. But it almost turned into a huge play for the Eagles, but either way, we're going to bring up 3rd down.
The one thing I'd say about this game is it feels like one play like that might just put this thing away.
For sure. Yeah, it could be.
21-7, Pella Christian leads. Panorama to throw. Vermeer is under pressure and dumped. I think it will officially be a sack because it happened right at the line of scrimmage. No gain and 4th and a mile coming up.
Yeah, it was Spencer Verploeg who comes in on the defensive line. He was the guy who made the play. We'll see how they stat that one. I'm sure he's sitting there hoping that they gave him the sack. It was really close, but I do think he probably lost a yard there, and it's going to be another punt here for the Panthers.
Now the good thing is we got the hometown scorekeepers up here in the press box, JD.
Somebody hopefully up there is looking out for him.
Under 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 21-7 Pella Christian. Low line drive punt lands at the 45. Mulder takes it his own 48. Crosses into enemy territory at the 45. Far sideline at the 40. And steps out of bounds at the 39-yard line. This will be Pella Christian's 4th possession starting in Panorama territory. They lead 21-7 with 4:37 to go in the second quarter.
You know, and of those 4 possessions, they've only put it in the end zone one time, right? Because their other touchdowns were a defensive touchdown from Isaac Kakmarinsky, and then the deep ball to Drew Geetings. So, this is a really important drive. Pella Christian fans are pretty excited about their football team. We think we got some talent across the board, and I really see that as well on the field. But at some point here, you want to assert yourselves. You want to put together a nice drive. You want to put the ball in for 6, and the Eagles will be trying to do that here.
Unofficially, just 3 first downs in this first half for Pella Christian. They do lead 21-7 with 4:37 remaining here in the second quarter, and now Isaac Kakmarinsky wants to take a Vision for Less timeout. We'll take it as well. We're coming to you from live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Pella Christian 21, Panorama 7, 4:37 to go, second quarter.
In today's active real estate market, you can rely on the mortgage loan experts at Marion County Bank. Hi, I'm Diane Rosa.
And I'm Christy Bennett. Diane and I are with our Pella office, ready to help you with your real estate lending needs.
If you are considering buying, building, or remodeling your home, we can help you find the right loan. It's what we do best.
We can even help you with the pre-approval before you start looking for a new home, making shopping for your dream home that much easier.
So come visit with us, the largest mortgage lender in Marion County. Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you got a skunk going through your junk, call Maniga Pest Control.
If you're having problems with skunks, raccoons, possums, groundhogs, or any other nuisance wildlife, you don't have to call the DNR. I have a nuisance wildlife permit, which allows me to trap and remove these unwanted animals from your property. I am Sean with Maniga Pest Control, and I want to kill your bugs.
Call 628-3198. Maniga Pest Control.
Welcome back inside of our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS. The Eagles called that Vision for Less timeout. As JD astutely pointed out to me, Eagles had just 10 men on the field. They come back in, they run one play. It's a botched handoff to Benny Schurz. He gets 2 yards. And now Pella Christian, 2nd down and 8, 4:12 remaining in the second quarter. We're live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. And here's Kakmarinsky on a keeper around the left side. And he lowers his shoulder at the 30, takes it over top of a defender down to the 28-yard line. That's good for a 10-yard gain and a Pella Christian first down.
Yeah, faking the handoff, and Kakmarinsky gets off to the left side. Josh Van Winkle was the one who made the tackle after about a 10-yard gain. But you see how Isaac Kakmarinsky, he wants to lower his shoulder. He wants to deliver some punishment anytime he can.
First down and 10 of the 28. Kakmarinsky to throw. Zips it over the middle, and it's out of the reach of Veenstra at the 10. Incomplete.
Yeah, a little bit of a different look there from PC as they're trying to find the tight end, Trevor Veenstra. He had a nice catch last week against DMC right across the middle just like that, and they'd looked for him earlier in this game. That time it just wasn't quite there.
Instant radio update at the end of the first quarter. Oskaloosa 14, Knoxville 0. Our score 21-7 in favor of Pella Christian over Panorama. Thanks to Stravers Cellular for providing the instant radio updates. Here's a handoff to Schurz. Up the middle, down near the edge of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone of the 21-yard line. That's a gain of 7, brings up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that was a good-looking play there from the Eagles as they hand it off to Benny Schurz, who's running behind Owen Meninga and Ezra Grunenboom there on the left side. He's able to cut it up and set themselves up here for a manageable 3rd down.
3rd down and 3 at the 21. Eagles lead by 14. Snap to Kak. Fakes a pass to the near side. Now goes running left side. Bounced out of bounds inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. And he crosses the 18. First down, Pella Christian, a gain of 3.
That was a really good looking play there from Isaac Kakmarinsky as he faked the toss out to the right. And the thing about Kakmarinsky is he was a pretty good player for the Eagles last year. I think he was the district offensive MVP. But he came back this year much more explosive and athletic, and it paid off there as he was able to get to the chains.
First down and 10. Kakmarinsky rolling right, firing towards the end zone for Gietings, and he overshoots him out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Yeah, rolling him out to the right here, and we saw this work earlier. I imagine that was a really similar play call as Kakmarinsky was looking for Gietings. It worked on a 60-yard touchdown there in the first quarter. This time, Gietings kind of runs out of room into the back of the end zone, and Kakmarinsky just throws it out of bounds. And, that's okay. You can live for another down, and that's part of the growth and maturity of a football team.
That first down on the 3rd down run by Kakmarinsky a moment ago is Pella Christian's first 3rd down conversion. Now they have 2nd down and 10. They go to the ground with Schurz running straight ahead inside the 10. Takes a big hit, bounces off of it, and gets down to the 8-yard line for a pickup of 9.
Yeah, there was a good-looking offensive play as Colton Boss and Toby Steen are a couple of the linemen who really did a nice job there on the right side. Mitchell Benzie as well. And Benny Schurz, he's not the biggest, strongest running back. I think he does have nice speed, but he does a really good job of waiting patiently and finding his holes.
3rd down and a yard for Pella Christian at the Panorama 9. And we have motion up front. Panorama pointing PC's way. It's a false start, and it backs up the Eagles into a 3rd and 6.
Those are big plays. 3rd and 1, the playbook is wide open. You're thinking, he can even throw the football or certainly find a way to run it and try to get that yard. 3rd and 6 is kind of a different deal. It'll be interesting to see what they go to, if they keep it on the ground and think, maybe they got 4 downs to play with, or maybe they're thinking they got a field goal in their back pocket. We'll see what the staff comes up with here.
Back to the 14-yard line. Eagles 3rd down and 6 with 2:30 to go, 2nd quarter. High snap to Kakmarinsky. Play action fake, running straight ahead. Nothing there, no gain, and it's 4th down.
Man, that's really good defense there from Panorama. They snuffed that one out, faked the handoff, tried to get off to the left side. There's a couple Panthers, but Gavin Godfrey was the one who kind of led the charge, made that tackle, and it does look like we're going to see the kicking unit come out here for PC. Jack Fancher was able to knock in a 40-yard field goal last week. This one's going to be from, I don't know what he's...
30, right on.
Yeah.
Inside the left hash. Looks like a 31-yard try as Jack backs it up 1 yard to the 21-yard line. Kicking left to right, snap, spot, kick has plenty of leg, and the kick is good. Jack Fancher buries a 31-yard field goal and extends Pella Christian's lead to 24-7. Eagles lead by 17 as we're settling in here near halftime, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KRLS.
What's the big deal? Where can you get pizza, bread twists, specialty chicken, and more for just $5.99 each?
Is it at Domino's?
He hands off hand-tossed pizza and a marble cookie brownie. He's going!
There's a lot of variety on the radio and at Domino's too, where you can
mix and match 2 or more. $5.99 each at Domino's.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza, bone-in wings, and bread bowls will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Before you roll out in your RV or hitch your camper to the truck and head out on your next road trip, make sure that your LP tanks are filled up. You don't want your refrigerator or stove to stop working because you don't have enough LP. You can fill your 20 or 30-pound LP tanks at Two Rivers Cooperative at our filling stations in Pella and Monroe. And campers, if you're out at Lake Red Rock and you've run out of LP, come and fill up at Two Rivers, next to Hy-Vee in Pella or on Highway 14 in Monroe.
The home and field advantage. 2 Rivers Co-op.
Back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Fancher with the low line drive kick. Fielded at the 8, right to left for Panorama on the return to the 15, 20, 25. And stood up at the 30-yard line. Finally, Pyle pushing down at the 32-yard line. So the Panthers trailing Pella Christian 24-7, 1 minute and 32 seconds before our Central Tire and Auto radio halftime show. Let's quickly run down the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. It's North Polk 8, Pella 7 in the 2nd quarter. Oskaloosa leads Knoxville 14-0. Indianola over Glenwood 21-7. Norwalk over Des Moines Lincoln 21-0. And PCM Newton tied 0-0 on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Marion County's financial leader is Marion County Bank. With offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher Dallas, they're serving you and building community across the county. And now 1st down and 10 pass for Panorama. Looks like it fluttered out of the quarterback Van Meer's arms and floated short and incomplete to Josh Van Winkle.
Yeah, Van Meer took a shot as he released that one, and the ball kind of fluttered out there. It's probably a good thing if you're Panorama that did fall incomplete. But interesting to see what the Panthers do here. They went to the air on 1st down. There's just 1:27 to go here in the half, 17-point ball game. Are they going to try to be aggressive and try to put another 7 points on the board, or will they try to milk some clock to get to halftime?
24-7 Pella Christian leads. Eagles do have 2 of their timeouts remaining. Handoff to Coggill, and he gets through the first wave just a couple of yards up to the 34-yard line. And now Coach Rich Kakmarinsky with a vision for less timeout. JD, he wants the ball back, and he smells it. It's 3rd and 8 Panorama.
Yeah, I like that from Coach Kakmarinsky, as he's recognizing that the Pella Christian offense has started to get going here a little bit, having a couple nice drives. Even though they were only able to get a field goal last time, I thought that was maybe the best offensive drive that his team has had. So the defense has done a good job, too, of getting Panorama off the field. And, man, why not, right? I mean,
sure. By the way, the Eagles start the 3rd quarter with the ball, so it's a chance here for a stop. And if you can get the Bill Belichick score and then score to start the 3rd quarter, I mean, this ball game, get your filler material ready for the second half, JD.
Yeah, that's right. That's certainly what PC is hoping for, to try to find a way to get the ball back, put some points on the board here quickly before half, and begin to really get things rolling.
3rd down and 8 for Panorama when we come out of this vision for less timeout. Eagles defense is ready to go. Panorama has run the ball for just 18 yards on 18 attempts tonight, and they've thrown for 39 yards on 12 attempts. So that's 57 yards of total offense on 30 offensive plays.
Wow.
And by the way, this is their 10th offensive drive. So the PC defense has really been up to the task. Here's a throw coming from Vermeer. He's under some pressure, escapes the first man, and then the throw nearly intercepted. Right there was Colin Vanderwall, the Eagle defender. It goes through his arms on a high pass and incomplete, and here comes the Panorama punt team.
Yeah, and he had the sack earlier, but a really nice job there from Spencer Verploeg, who was able to beat his man, the left tackle. He got around him, forced Vermeer out of the pocket in a hurry, and, Panorama really had nothing going on that play. It's going to force the punt with just 1:15 to go, and, if nothing crazy happens here, give the Eagles a chance to put some more points on the board.
Well, I think you sensed that as you said it, but all kinds of crazy things have happened so far in this game. 2 men back deep to return for the Eagles. It's a high hanging punt, fair catch called for. It drops at the 36-yard line, takes a Panorama roll down to the 26-yard line. So this is a chance for the Pella Christian 2-minute offense to get some work. 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining before our Central Tire and Auto radio halftime show. And the PC offense has to go 74 yards to try to get in the end zone before the half.
And it looks like they have about 1 timeout left. So they'll probably want to hang on to that a little bit and see if they can get some good production here on the first couple plays. And then maybe if they don't get anything, they can kind of reroute their options here. But I would expect to see an aggressive PC offense here to start this drive.
And up 24-7, really anything is possible here. And it's Isaac Kakmarinsky, the quarterback. 4 wide receiver look. And Kak takes a snap and a quick pass to Giedings on the near side, turns it upfield and gets out of bounds at the 36. That's a 10-yard gain and a quick chain mover.
Yeah, that's a great way to start a drive. You're just, it's a simple play, getting the ball out wide to Drew Giedings, pick up 10 yards. And the thing about these receivers too, and Drew is certainly one of them, who can turn a simple play into a big one, so they're getting their playmakers out in space while moving the chains.
First down and 10 now, and a toss to the near side for Schurz. And Benny, nice job cutting it upfield, angles out of bounds, steps out at the 42, easy 6 yards, and they'll stop the clock. So we've run 2 plays, and it's taken just 8 seconds, 57 seconds to go.
Yeah, Benny Schurz is a sophomore who hasn't had a whole lot of experience on the varsity field, but he did the right thing there by making sure he got out of bounds and stopped the clock.
2nd down and 4 for Pella Christian from the 42-yard line. Kak fires to Mulder. Defender fell down. Eric into Panorama territory and finally taken out of bounds at the 43-yard line. 15 yards, move the chains, stop the clock.
Yeah, we've seen them go. We've seen the Eagles go deep to Eric Mulder a couple different times, and certainly Lindstrom, the cornerback over there, is aware of that, making sure he doesn't get beat downfield.
And now the head official, the white hat, is over talking to the Pella Christian sideline. Oh, the scoreboard's gone off. Scoreboard is completely dark at this moment. There were, what did I say, JD? 55 seconds, I believe, when that play started. So it should be probably 47-ish seconds remaining. But the scoreboard is off, and they're going to have to keep the clock on the field.
Yeah, brand new scoreboards here at Eagle Stadium. Certainly an unfortunate thing to have that off, but we do have a timeout here, so maybe they can get that sorted out. But if not, the official will keep the clock on the field.
Yep.
And we'll just kind of be guessing. But
well, we have a vision for less timeout, Am I remembering right? Did this same thing happen last year, JD?
It did.
And I think if I remember what I was told after the game is that some of the communications were, some of the press box communications were hampering or interfering with the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of a mystery. I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm sure there's somebody who's frantically, probably Dan Branderhorst, frantically trying to figure out what's going on.
That's a nightmare for an AD, JD.
Especially when you got these brand new scoreboards, but you know, it is what it is. There'll be some time here, hopefully at halftime, to get that sorted out, but it looks like they're firing it up right now.
Quick Strava Cellular Instant Radio update. Indianola has a 21-10 lead over Glenwood, and Norwalk, they once had a 21-0 lead, but Lincoln has come back and scored 2 touchdowns. It's now 21-14 Warriors on a Strava Cellular Instant Radio update. So 52. Clock is up at 52 seconds. Okay. That's all they've got so far, but that's good enough for now. It's 24-7 Pella Christian. And on a 1st down and 10 at the 43-yard line, Kakmarinsky rolls right, wanted to throw downfield, takes off and runs at the 30, 25, and he's taken out of bounds at the 21-yard line. A easy, smooth 22 yards.
That was an outstanding play all around, as I thought the lineman did a good job of blocking for Kakmarinsky. He didn't really have a whole lot going downfield, so he tucks it, picks up a really nice game. His wide receivers did a nice job of blocking for him down the field too, and now with 44 seconds to go, the Eagles are in striking distance.
1st down and 10 at the Panorama 21-yard line. Kakmarinsky takes a snap, looking left all the way, firing towards the back corner of the end zone. Mulder with the catch, touchdown, Eagles! He got away with the push-off. We'll take it. 21 yards, and the Eagles added their lead.
Yeah, that time Kakmarinsky dropped back, and it looked like he was going to throw it to Eric Mulder. Held back, waited about a second, and said, you know what, I'll give the big fella a chance. Threw it out there. Eric did a good job of reading the play well, was able to haul it in. Good throw, good catch. Maybe a little push-off there. But again, we talked about it earlier. Those calls are so hard to make. This time Mulder's able to haul it in and get those 6 points.
Had one taken off the scoreboard earlier in this quarter because of an offensive pass interference. No flag this time, and Pella Christian now has a 30-7 lead. That drive took less than 30 seconds. The extra point is up. The extra point is good. And Pella Christian now has a 31-7 lead. 37 seconds until halftime, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. This is Randy Jarzombek, owner of Randall Roofing, and we are the dependable and reliable leader for your home or business shingle roofing needs in Pella and the surrounding areas. Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
Hey, this is Emerson Dingaman. And I'm Jen Dingaman, and we're the kids behind Dingaman Concrete. Please call my dad today. We need you to keep him busy so he doesn't end up at home all day driving us crazy and ruining our fun.
This is Jeff Dingaman with Dingaman Concrete. Now is the time to address those projects around your home or business, whether it's tearing out and replacing your driveway or parking lot or pouring all new. Call me, Jeff Dingaman, with Dingaman Concrete, where quality comes first.
Please call my dad today.
PC putting a little stranglehold on this one just before halftime. Pella Christian 31, Panorama 7. 37 seconds remaining, and the scoreboard is back up and completely operational here late second quarter. Trevor Castle, J.D. Bohr coming to you live inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. And a low line drive kickoff by Fancher, taken at the 10, right to left 20, 30, 35, 40, and down at the 42-yard line. Nice kick return for Panorama. They will start their 11th drive of this half with 31 seconds remaining, down 31-7.
Yeah, Niall Lindstrom, the senior from Panorama, is a really good-looking athlete, and when he can get going, he can really turn on the Jets. He did that to set his team up for maybe a chance to take a couple shots down the field and see if they can get themselves in scoring position. But good job from the kicker from PC as well, as Jack Fancher is able to wrap up and make the tackle.
We've got our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show coming up. We'll give you the first half stats and take a look at our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. And here's Vermeer's throw. Catch is made by Gavin Godfrey, and he's out to the 47-yard line for a gain of 5.
Yeah, and there I think you kind of get your answer as Panorama was trying a screenplay and probably thinking, well, if this one bursts into something, maybe we'll try a couple shots. There really wasn't a whole lot there as Trevor Veenstra, the nose tackle, went all the way to the sideline to make the tackle, and this thing's probably going to run out here soon.
10 seconds and counting, maybe the last play of the first half. Vermeer is under pressure, swallowed up and sacked. 3 Eagles are there, including E.J. Franzman, and on the final play of the first half, it is a sack for a loss of 12 yards, and Pella Christian takes a commanding 31-7 lead into the locker room. We'll be back with our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show from Eagle Lane right after this on 92.1 KRLS.
Nobody covers the Eagles like KRLS. Live coverage of every football game, athletes, and highlights on the radio sports page Wednesday evenings at 6 and Thursday mornings at 10. The KRLS Radio Coaches Corner every Saturday morning at 9. Stories every day on air and online at KNIAKRLS.com. The Jeremy Dingaman Concrete Football Friday Night Radio Preview Show, Fridays at 4:30. And the Greg Young of Indianola Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show after the games. The one to count on for Pella Christian Eagles coverage, 92.1 KRLS.
Hi, this is Sarah with the Buchheit team at Pella Real Estate Services. We recently helped a seller sell their home on Monroe Street in Pella for $311,000. Compared to a 6% commission, using our Prez Listing Advantage, they saved $6,330. When it's time to sell your property, call 628-1BUI and use the Prez Listing Advantage at Pella Real Estate Services.
The plugs in the car go spark, 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 spark. The plugs in the car go spark, spark, spark at Central Tire and Auto.
If the plugs don't spark, the car won't start. For tires and brakes, front end work, their no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the little things like new spark plugs. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Sing along.
At Central Tire and Auto.
Check out the special deals this month at the Blumenhof in Pella.
We had 25% off almost everything at the store. 25% off garden decor, 25% off plants, flowers, trees, and shrubs. That includes fruit trees, shrubs, fruit plants, and even roses. Some exceptions may apply, and there's no guarantee on discounted items. 25% off nearly everything at the Blumenhof Garden Center in Pella.
The Blumenhof. Get your color's worth.
Mow big lawns in less time with Toro zero-turn riding mowers. They feature Pro DNA, giving you the same quality cut and reliability as commercial mowers for a professional-looking lawn. And Toro's unique MyRide suspension system keeps you comfortable over the roughest terrain. Visit your local Toro dealer for your time-saving Toro zero-turn mower at the Ryder Lawn Equipment, 604 Oskaloosa Street in Pella.
This is Kim at the Fairfield Inn & Suites in Oskaloosa, inviting you to come stay with us. We're a brand new facility that boasts state-of-the-art amenities coupled with the local charm of Oskaloosa. Our pool and fitness center is open to our guests, and free breakfast will start your day off right. Call and book with us today, or use our Marriott Bonvoy app. We look forward to seeing you.
In today's active real estate market, you can rely on the mortgage loan experts at Marion County Bank. Hi, I'm Diane Rosa.
And I'm Christy Bennett. Diane and I are with our Pella office, ready to help you with your real estate lending needs.
If you are considering buying, building, or remodeling your home, we can help you find the right loan. It's what we do best.
We can even help you with the pre-approval before you start looking for a new home, making shopping for your dream home that much easier.
So come visit with us, the largest mortgage lender in Marion County. Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. JD, you've been here about a year now. Do you know that Pella's other nickname is the Paradise City?
That's new.
I just made it up. So, Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show with the score: Pella Christian 31, Panorama 7. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. All right, we're going to go through the first half stats here in just a minute, JD, but what a crazy first half, and specifically a crazy first quarter. And when it's all said and done here after 24 minutes, it's 31-7 Eagles.
Yeah, of course, a whole lot has happened, like we just talked about, but at the end of the day, if you're an Eagles fan, it's 31-7, and you'll probably take that, And I think that last drive there from the Eagles, you saw them really move the football, and that actually felt like the first normal drive that's happened pretty much all game long. But, yeah, back and forth, big-time plays. Defenses have been great all game long.
Let's do our best to recap this thing. But first, a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. Pella on an Aiden Pollock 5-yard touchdown run has gone in front of North Polk 14-8 with 8:02 remaining in the second quarter. All right, our game started 12 seconds in. First offensive play, Ryan Coggill, who ran for over 200 yards a week ago at Colfax Mingo, fumbled the first snap. The ball went right into the waiting arms of Isaac Kakmarinsky. He took it in for a touchdown, and it was 6-0 Pella Christian. Noah Nunikoven, the PC holder, couldn't handle the snap, and he tried to run in for the 2-point try, which was no good, and so it's 6-0 Pella Christian. Then after Panorama had to punt it away, Pella Christian's first offensive possession, Eagles tried to run a screen play. It was read perfectly by Austin Block, who stepped in front of a receiver, picked it off and ran it all the way back to the 4-yard line. And then, JD, you loved the quarterback sneak from the 4 for the go-ahead score.
Yeah, that was kind of the capping off the madness that was going on.
Yes, it was. They made the extra point, went ahead 7-6, and then Pella Christian reclaimed the lead that they have so far not relinquished on a 63-yard strike from Kakmarinsky to Drew Geetings. And then less than 2 minutes later, what was a very pivotal play, and what may turn out to be our Hormel Foods key play of the game. The Eagles, leading by a score of 14-7, had taken advantage of an interception by Ty Vandermolen. They were inside the 5-yard line, and then Pella Christian fumbled it. Bo Bush lost the football, but Austin Van Zulen, an offensive lineman, recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown. And what a huge swing, JD. If Panorama gets the ball, they're just down a touchdown. But as it is, Van Zulen gives the Eagles a 2-score lead. And late in the second quarter, they added a Fancher field goal and then a CAC touchdown to Eric Mulder. And now they lead 31-7. But that was a huge fumble recovery by Van Zulen.
No doubt about it. You're looking at it was 7-14 at the time, right? Yeah, 7-14, and Panorama's thinking if they fall on that ball, they got the ball with a chance to tie it or take the lead. But a heads-up play there from an offensive lineman, Austin Van Zulen, was the one who got on top of that ball. And of course, you never expect an offensive lineman to score a touchdown, but that was a big play right there, and a heads-up play by Austin.
All right, first half statistics. Pella Christian's Isaac Kakmarinsky, 10 carries, 47 yards. Benny Schurz, 7 for 23. Bo Bush, 1 for 3. CAC is 4 of 9 throwing for 109 yards and he's got the 1 touchdown and 2 touchdowns and the 1 interception. And Bo Bush, 3 of 6 for 47 yards passing. Geetings, the leading receiver, at 2 for 74. And Mulder has 3 for 66. For Panorama, Coggill just 11 yards on 8 carries. Caden Van Meer is 3 of 10 for 39 yards. And their leading receiver is, by catches, is Niall Lindstrom, 2 for 14. By yardage is Josh Van Winkle, 1 for 24 yards. Collectively, Pella Christian, 229 yards of offense. Panorama has just 49 yards of offense on 34 plays. And those are our first half statistics in a game that Pella Christian leads 31-7. We'll take a timeout here inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard and our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service.
Hey, this is Emerson Dingaman. And I'm Jen Dingaman, and we're the kids behind Dingaman Concrete. Please call my dad today. We need you to keep him busy so he doesn't end up at home all day driving us crazy and ruining our fun.
This is Jeff Dingaman with Dingaman Concrete. Now is the time to address those projects around your home or business, whether it's tearing out and replacing your driveway or parking lot or pouring all new. Call me, Jeff Dingaman, with Dingaman Concrete, where quality comes first.
Please call my dad today.
Are you having trouble finding a place to work?
Looking for a career with benefits? The climate-controlled facility known as Hormel Foods are currently looking for applicants. Hormel is offering free tuition to the employees' kids for 2 years. No strings attached. All the applicant has to do is that the employee works during the 2 years the child is in school. So apply to Hormel Foods today for an opportunity for free tuition for your kid. If the parent leaves, the payment of tuition stops. No repayment or contract period.
Now that life's getting back to a bit of normalcy, isn't it time to have some fun again? And there's not much in Pella that's more fun than the Fun Zone Arcade at the Pella Pizza Ranch. We have tons of the newest, coolest, funnest games around. Let the kids have some fun after enjoying dinner at the ranch. Or schedule their next birthday party at the Fun Zone. Heck, do both. Have some fun at the Fun Zone Arcade at the Pella Pizza Ranch today.
Whoa, that's good.
As you've been out and about on your summer travels, you may have noticed that car lots everywhere are looking pretty bare these days. This is Cyrus Glennon with Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella, just letting you know that we still have plenty of vehicles on the lot, and we have hundreds of vehicles on order, including 50-plus Bronco Sports, almost 200 F-150s, and over 60 Super Duties. We'd love for you to stop by and take a look at what we have in stock, or check out the vehicles we have on order and reserve one in your name today. Come see us at Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella, taking care of you since 1935.
At Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, we are your neighbors, your healthcare providers, and your community partner. Hi, I'm Heather Duncan, and I'm proud to work at Knoxville Hospital and Clinics. As a longtime employee of 23 years, I'm very fortunate to be part of the Knoxville Hospital and Clinics team. Through the years, my work has given me the opportunity to expand my knowledge in the constantly changing technology field. I am blessed to work for an organization that offers so much more advanced medical technology for our patients close to home. For all of your healthcare needs, choose Knoxville Hospital and Clinics.
Welcome back inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show on 92.1 KRLS, KNIA, KRLS.com, and the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. Remind you that you are listening to Pella Christian Football, powered by Bank Iowa. It's 92.1 FM, KRLS Knoxville Pella, and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella. Bank Iowa supports Pella Christian and Pella High School athletics by donating $20 to the Booster Club for every touchdown during every home game this season. Go Eagles from Bank Iowa.
Let's make it happen.
All right, our score is Pella Christian 31, Panorama 7, and it's time now to take a look at our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. JD, we've talked several times about how it's been an entertaining and exciting first half, but I don't think either of us would say it's been a half of great football. If you're looking at it from Pella Christian side of things, Coach Rich Kakmarinsky, what does he want to tighten up here in the second half?
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're talking about right now is fixing some of the sloppy plays. And you look at, the different sides of the ball. I thought defensively PC did an outstanding job. We talked about the yardage that Panorama's had. Not a whole lot going for him. So you can't really fault the defense for that sloppiness. It's kind of just been some timing issues offensively, and I'm sure they're looking to clean that up to get, snaps, handoffs, just get that timing going to just find rhythm offensively and not have to rely on those big plays. As much as you'd love to see a big play go for 20, 30, we've seen one go for 60 yards here. I'm sure the coaching staff, they're just as fired up when they can get that 7-8 yard run, right, and show that they have the ability to hang on to the ball, milk some of that clock. We've talked about 10 possessions for each team. That's wild, right? Neither team has been able to have a long, consistent drive. So I'm sure that's what they're talking about. And the good thing about that is PC's going to get the ball here to start the half, and I'm sure they're looking to put together a nice drive.
Well, the Eagles have a big matchup as far as non-district games are concerned against their Highway 163 rival from PCM, the third-ranked team in Class 2A. The Mustangs were expected to be without Augie Stock and Aiden Anderson tonight. Neither of them played last week as they kind of slogged one out against West Marshall. They're locked in a 0-0 draw against Newton. They're their two best playmakers by far, and by our understanding, both expected back next Friday night when Pella Christian travels to PCM. And so I'm with you, JD. I don't think that Coach Cack wants to put anything else on film for Greg Bonnet and his coaching staff to look at next week. I think the Eagles just want to shore up the fundamentals here in this final 24 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's a 31-7 game, so you got a 24-point lead, and you're thinking, okay, we've established at this point that we are the better team, right? So you're telling your team, let's come out here and prove it, and we don't have to do anything fancy. Let's do the things that we do. Let's just do them better. You know, I think there's certainly room for improvement. Even though 31 points are on the board, offensively, it hasn't just been a very crisp night for the Eagles.
31-7, Pella Christian has the lead. You're listening to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. And when we come back to Eagle Lane, we'll take a look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Second half action right around the corner here on KRLS.
Quality products and the knowledge to help you make the best decisions. That's Mike Blom with Cabinet Design of Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry, who helped Vicki Hirama with her bathroom remodel.
I found a wooden countertop that was beautiful. He told me how that stains easy and the water on it, it might start looking not as nice. And he showed me the countertop options in his showroom. I found a beautiful choice that I think I actually love better.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the cabinet guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. This is Randy Jarzombek, owner of Randall Roofing, and we are the dependable and reliable leader for your home or business shingle roofing needs in Pella and the surrounding areas. Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
If you've been in Knoxville for a few days, you already know about the fantastic Bloody Mary Bar at A&P Pub in downtown Knoxville. If you missed it, not to worry. The Bloody Mary Bar will be open every day of the Nationals starting at 10 a.m. And don't miss the Nationals kickoff party this Tuesday beginning at 4. Meet your Rays friends and meet new ones. Plus, you'll love Steve McLean and the Jefferson County Green Band. The finest cocktails from the Atlantic to the Pacific. A&P Pub on the east side of the Knoxville Square.
Who doesn't love a good deal? My family and I certainly do. Hi, this is Coach Cack coming at you from the Well with locations in Pella, Knoxville, and Fairfield. Whether you're looking for fan gear for all the upcoming fall sports or your favorite college football team, the Well Thrift Store has what you need. Good stuff, great help, gives hope at the Well Thrift Stores in Pella, Knoxville, and Fairfield. Learn more at thewelliowa.org.
Have you spent a lot of time looking at the inside of your house lately, thinking it could use some updates? Pingle's Home Store of Pella has what you're looking for, from new furniture to floor, decor, and more. From a total style overhaul to simple updates, see what Pingle's has in store for you. If you need personal help to see your vision realized, ask our own interior designer, Lori. Make an appointment today. Stop by Pingle's Home Store or visit pingleshome.com. Discover dependability. Real people, real service, real dependability. Pingle's Home Store.
And we welcome you back inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Pella Christian 31, Panorama 7. And Dan Branderhorst, our man here at PC, hooking us up as he does every home football game. JD, breath of fresh air when that scoreboard went back on, I'm sure, for Dan and the staff here at PC.
Yeah, talk about halftime adjustments.
Yes.
Great halftime adjustment made. The scoreboard's up, looks great, and we should be in good shape there.
All right, let's run down our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. All games except for the Pella game are at the half. Pella has just added a touchdown by Nolan Clayberg to go ahead of North Polk 21-8 late second quarter. Oski leads Knoxville 21-0. It's Indianola 28, Glenwood 10 in a top 10 showdown. Next week's Pella Christian opponent, PCM, is tied 0-0 with Newton, and Norwalk leads Des Moines Lincoln 21-14. Our score 31-7 Pella Christian on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. And that puts a wrap on our Central Tire and Auto radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, there no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. All right, Pella Christian to get the ball to start quarter number 3 live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. And it's a kick return for PC from Kakmarinsky. Far side of the field, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Stays in bounds. Still on his feet at the 30. And finally steps out at the 33-yard line. A 62-yard Isaac Kakmarinsky return.
Yeah, there's a good-looking start for the Eagles to get everybody fired up there on the sideline. Great blocking in front of Isaac Kakmarinsky. And I tell you what, he just has a burst of speed that he didn't have last year. He does a great job of getting down the sideline, making a couple of guys miss, sets the Eagles up here to cap off. We talked about at the end of the first half that they're able to get that touchdown to go into halftime. Now coming out of halftime, can they put another 6 points up on the board?
Quick thanks to DeYoung Door Service in Pella for sponsoring our second half adjustments.
We're the gurus of garage doors. DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
All right, first down and 10 for PC at the 35-yard line is where they say Cack stepped out of bounds. And now it's a handoff in the backfield from Cack to Benny Schurz, and he pays the price with a 4-yard loss. Never had a chance.
Yeah, that time Benny grabbed the ball, and you said it. He never had a chance. He wasn't going anywhere. The great defensive play there made from Bryce Taylor and others of the Panthers defense. And, man, they're letting them know that they've made some adjustments and are looking to make some plays here in the second half, too.
Second down and 14 coming up. I'm Trevor Castle alongside J.D. Bohr for the Pella Christian home opener of 2021. The 1-0 Eagles lead 1-0 Panorama 31-7. This is the opening drive of the third quarter, and it's 2nd and 14 for Pella Christian. And a snap to Kakmarinsky. Handoff to Schurz. Straight ahead. He's off to the races. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Eagles. 39 yards.
And there it is. There's the best run play that we've seen for Pella Christian all season long. Great job blocking up front from really everybody. I thought the center did a great job there. That's number 58, Druven Coton. Good snap. Laid a nice little block, and Benny Schurz showing some speed, the sophomore. You know, we talked about he can read his blocks well, and he can turn on the jets too. Big time start there to the second half. We're just 1 minute in. We got a touchdown already. Who knows what's in order for the third quarter.
Extra point by Fancher is up. Extra point. That one is no good. Wide right. Pella Christian 37-7. They get the double at the end of the first half and the beginning of the second, and the Eagles lead by 30.
Planting 1,000 trees on our cattle farm to block the breeze? It makes for good neighbor relations, and my numbers were good. So Bank Iowa said, let's make it happen.
A revolutionary roll-on butter product that takes the mess out of corn on the cob. Makes sense, right? My business plan and numbers are solid. So Bank Iowa said, let's make it happen.
Stop by your local Bank Iowa or visit us online at bankiowa.bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. All loans are subject to approval.
Above all, you want to create something you're proud of. At Precision Pulley and Idler, each employee receives countless hours of instruction. That's why Precision Pulley and Idler is not only proud, but understands the work our area students put in each year to make their own season a success. Precision Pulley and Idler encourages our area students to combine a strong work ethic and attitude to achieve their goals this season. Good luck to our area athletics and activities this fall from Precision Pulley and Idler. We keep it moving.
We're back live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth where Pella Christian has a 37-7 lead. Benny Schurz, a 39-yard touchdown run for the Eagles. That's the longest run this season for Pella Christian. And it comes on the second play from scrimmage of the third quarter. And now the kickoff from Fancher is taking on the run of the 7. Right to left for Panorama across the 20. Far side of the field, 25, 30, still on his feet, 35, still fighting out near the 40-yard line. The pile comes to a stop. Official says out of bounds at the 39-yard line. So Panorama with its first drive of the third quarter, 10 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Remind you, we play 12-minute quarters, so we've played 25 minutes of football. This will be our 22nd drive of the game.
And I'm thinking as PC, the kickoff team, takes the field, and Lindstrom with a nice return there once again. Man, that PC kickoff team has gotten their work in so far this year. 56 points last week, already 37 up on the board here. Jack Fancher's left leg has been getting a workout.
That's the 7th time he's kicked off tonight. That's his 18th kickoff of the year. We played a game and a half. Here's a handoff to Coggill running straight ahead. He gets 2 out to the 41-yard line. Just 50 yards of total offense for Panorama in the first half on 34 plays. And now they start with a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Pella Christian 37-7. And JD, they got exactly what we talked about with a minute and a half left in the first half. We said, all right, let's try to score and then get the ball to start the third quarter, score again. And in the blink, it's gone from 21-7 to 37-7.
Yeah, we're talking about, 3-4 minutes of game time. 2 touchdowns there for the Eagles has really changed this game.
2nd down and 8. Throw to the near side through the hands of the receiver Godfrey and incomplete. The Eagles were all over that screen, and it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, the Eagles are matching up man-to-man, and they're really up on their receivers. They're pressing them. So those screen plays like that can be hit or miss. Either they're going to hit it and maybe get a huge gain out of it, or that time it could turn into a turnover here at any point. We saw Panorama eventually score after they got an interception on a very similar play, but the Eagles have been really close to a couple of those.
3rd down and 8, and Vermeer taking some time getting the play in. Coggill is running back. They're having a discussion. Back 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now out of the pistol, Vermeer takes the snap, wants to throw. Zips it over the middle to Coggill, catch and run at the 50. 45-40, down to the Pella Christian 34-yard line, where he picks up 27 yards.
Man, that's a really nice play there from the Panthers. I imagine that's a design to look for the running back as he's running the seam right down the middle of the field. Vermeer, just a sophomore, he's got a really nice looking arm. He's able to put that one right on target, and being just 5'7", sometimes it's hard to see the middle of the field, but that time he's able to find Coggill, and that's a nice play there from the Panthers, probably one of their best of the night so far.
Quick Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. A Norwalk touchdown has given the 4th-ranked Warriors a 28-14 lead over Des Moines Lincoln. And now Panorama not much on 1st down, 2-yard gain.
Yeah, they pitched it out to Coggill there on the left side, but good job from the Eagles defense as they contained him, made him turn upfield, and eventually the whole defense was able to swarm under him. And a good play there on 1st down, just a yard given to the Panthers. But this is, after the touchdown that they scored on a QB sneak, this is the best position that Panorama has been in offensively in terms of trying to find a way to put some more points on the board. 2nd
down and 9 from the 32. Vermeer goes under center, eye backfield behind him, double tight end set, toss to Coggill, right side run, nothing there. In fact, loses 3 yards all the way back to the 36.
That's kind of a weird play. I'm kind of wondering if it went the wrong way. The fullback ended up going to the left while the whole play went to the right. Usually you don't see that. If you're going to be in the I formation, you're putting that fullback in there to lead block, but there was nobody out there to lead block, and Coggill had nowhere to go that time.
He that maybe trying the misdirection, right? A lot of times you'll read the fullback on those toss plays, but it didn't work. It's 3rd down and 12 from back at the 36-yard line. And now Vermeer with a double tight end look. 3 wide receivers, takes the snap, looking left. Under pressure. Vermeer is sacked. He goes down back at the 43-yard line. A 6-yard loss, and it's 4th and long.
Yeah, and that's going to be Logan Kelderman again, and we've said his name a few times. He's done a really nice job. A lot was made last year of Luke Mulder, and he was an outstanding player for the Eagles and got a bunch of sacks and set some records. But Logan Kelderman was the other defensive end who I thought had a great season last year as well, and he's picked up where he's left off. That was a nice sack, pins them way back. So after that big play, the defense stiffens up and is going to force the Panthers punt.
Panorama to punt from their own territory now on a drive that was inside of the 35-yard line. And now the snap and the punt is away. Line drive punt fielded by the up man at the 11-yard line. Breaks 1 tackle, not a second, and out to the 20-yard line, and that's it. Pella Christian will start there on the return by Peyton Ritzert at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, so now we're going to see the offense take the field again. Last time it just took 2 plays as Benny Scherz was able to punch it up the gut and get that big touchdown run. And this time you're looking at the scoreboard going 1 score here, and they can get that running clock and get out of here in a hurry, which is what happened last week for the Eagles and certainly is their goal here once again.
Quick Dingham Concrete game reset. 7:19 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Pella Christian 37, Panorama 7, and the Eagles have a 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line, moving from left to right. That is a Dingham Concrete game reset. Now a pitch and catch to Bennett Sprunk. First time we've called his name on offense tonight. And Sprunk makes the grab and trots out of bounds at the 27-yard line for a gain of 6.
Yeah, Sprunk is another one of those guys who has the ability to make some plays, and I think all these receivers for Pella Christian can be explosive. So they're trying to give him a chance, and 6 yards, they'll take that. Austin Block did a nice job from his linebacker spot to get him out of bounds.
2nd down and 4 for Pella Christian. Ball is at the 27-yard line. Kakmarinski takes the snap, and it's fake, and Kak with the keeper. First down, takes a hit on the shoulder, lost the football, and then Kak, no, it's recovered by Panorama. The Panthers recover the Kakmarinski fumble, and they'll take over near the Eagles' 30.
Shoot, you know, Isaac Kakmarinski is a guy who runs really hard, and usually that pays off for him. This time he kind of got wrapped up, and it's like, you know, he's trying to make a play, trying to stay on his feet. But the Panthers' pursuit on defense was excellent. I think it was number 51, Cooper Anderson, who lowered his shoulder, got a shoulder pad on the football, knocked it out. And now they got their best starting field position, well, besides the 4-yard QB sneak.
Yeah, the only other time they started in Eagle territory, they scored a touchdown. Now Vermeer rolls out to the right, throws on the run, has an open wide receiver. It's underthrown, and the Eagles come back and knock it away. Incomplete. Bennett Sprunk in full recovery mode to jar the ball loose and force the incompletion.
Yeah, the receiver there, number 24, Lindstrom, got behind the defense, and Bennett Sprunk was running back, sprinting, just trying to make a play on the ball. He was going to hit Lindstrom whether the ball got there first or not. Fortunately for the Eagles, he timed that thing perfectly, knocked the ball out, and saves the big play there.
Strauver Cellular Instant Radio Update. They've gone to the half at Pella. It's the Little Dutch 21, North Polk 8. Dutch miss a field goal just before the half. And now we have a whistle and a vision for less officials timeout, as there's an injured Eric Mulder limping off the field. Looks like a cramp for Eric, as the Eagles will have to make a quick substitution. Dane Geetings into the game. So just a quick officials vision for less timeout for the substitution. Hope Eric's okay. Again, looks like just a cramp, and now here we go on 2nd down and 10 from the 31. 37-7, Pella Christian with the lead with 6:59 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Snap to Vermeer, looks over the middle, zips it, and it's through the hands of a receiver, Godfrey, incomplete. I think that Godfrey thought that Lindstrom was going to go after that ball. It went whizzing by Lindstrom's head, and then at the last second, Godfrey put his hands up but couldn't catch it.
Yeah, the route combination was a little bit weird there, but Vermeer put that ball on the rope. Godfrey obviously wants that one back, as he had a chance to haul that one in. You know, and pick up perhaps a 1st down there for Panorama.
3rd down and 10. Vermeer to throw, firing it over the middle, and it's tipped, nearly intercepted through the hands of Peyton Ritzert, and 4th down coming up for Panorama. Thus far, they haven't been able to move the ball after the Kakmarinski fumble.
Yeah, you know, they started this game, the first 2 possessions, Austin Block was their quarterback, and then they went to Vermeer, and they haven't gone back to Block. And I imagine they kind of view it as Vermeer as a guy who's going to throw the ball around a little bit more, and Block's going to run it. And they're slinging it. They're trying to find a way to sneak back into this game, but so far the Eagles defense is hung tight.
4th down and 10. 0 for 1 on 4th down for Panorama so far tonight. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left, running back behind Vermeer, takes a snap, wants to throw, fires it over the middle, through the hands of the receiver, incomplete. Sprunk was there, probably would have made the tackle to end the drive anyway, but the incomplete pass leaves no doubt.
Yeah, the Panthers are going to be frustrated with the fact that they've dropped a few balls. You know, they've really had a hard time moving the football. But if they could squeeze a few more of those, they may be better off. But that one, even if he would have caught it, like you mentioned, he probably isn't getting to the 1st down. So now you see the Eagles take the field here. And again, it looks like they're making that QB adjustment, going to Bo Bush with Isaac Kakmarinski as the running back. We'll see if it pays off here for the Eagles.
Delivery.com is the restaurant delivery service in Pella, with great local restaurants like George's, Canaritos, Yamato, Liberty Street Kitchen. Windmill Cafe, and more. We'll tell you about our fan of the game presented by Delivery.com after this first down handoff to Isaac Kakmarinsky. And he's got the first down as he bolts straight up the middle for a gain of 12. Folks, you can have fresh food delivered right to your home or business for lunch or dinner, just like Ben Stuckey recently did. And Ben is tonight's fan of the game and has won a $10 gift certificate towards his next order. Congratulations, Ben. Folks, try Delivery.com this week and then listen next week to our broadcast to see if you're the fan of the game presented by Delivery.com. First down and 10 for the Eagles at the 43-yard line. Kakmarinsky to the right of Bush, who takes a snap on 2 and fakes it to Kak, and now Bush out the right side for a couple of yards, fights his way across the 45 to the 47, and it's a gain of 4. Bo Bush. His only other carry was that fumble into the end zone that was recovered by Austin Van Zulen for the touchdown, and Bush gets 4 here at 2nd and 6.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how this different look works out. You know, Kakmarinsky, we mentioned, was the offensive MVP of the district last year, and you know, but Bo Bush is a guy who really has a big arm, can really sling it. We saw a nice little run there, and putting Kakmarinsky at running back adds an interesting dimension for PC too.
2nd down and 6, and Bush, the lefty, wants to throw deep ball, one-on-one coverage, underthrown, juggled, and intercepted. Panorama picks it off back of the 15-yard line. Then the ball comes out, loose on the ground, and recovered by the Panthers at the 41.
Did you get all that?
Just adds to the madness, my man.
Whole lot going on there. A great interception there made by, that was Lindstrom with the interception, right? Lindstrom picked it off, and we were looking for Jack Fancher, but he did a good job of reading that play. It was kind of a 50-50 ball, and Lindstrom's really done a nice job all game over there. And the fumble came out, and big number 60, Kedrick Smith, was the lucky guy there for the Panthers, who's able to fall on the ball and actually set him up for decent field position.
That is our 7th combined turnover in this game. And right now it's Pella Christian 37, Panorama 7. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Turnovers led to scores for both teams very early in the game, and Panorama had a 7-6 lead. Since then, the Eagles have scored 31 unanswered, and they lead 37-7. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarian.
And on 1st down and 10, after that turnover, Coghill goes backwards on a 3-yard run. JD, he has 13 carries, 10 yards.
Yeah, you know, we talked about it in the pregame, as that was kind of the key of the game, you know, to see once who could establish the run game. And it certainly hasn't been the Panthers, as a couple of their big plays have been through the air, and they have just really struggled to find anything on the ground, and credit the Eagles defense.
2nd down and 13, Vermeer to throw, fires it over the middle on a post, and it's incomplete. Boy, the receiver block had to be hearing footsteps. There were 3 Pella Christian defenders there, and had Block caught that, he would have gotten hammered.
Yeah.
He doesn't hang on, and it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, both the safeties, Dane Giedings and Peyton Ritzer, were kind of lurking around there. But again, we talked about it last drive, that Vermeer's just looking to just toss the ball around. He's just slinging it. He's kind of got that gunslinger mentality to try to find ways to generate momentum, to generate a big play. But so far, the Eagles' secondary has been really solid.
3rd down and 13 for Panorama at their own 38-yard line. Pressure coming from PC. Vermeer being chased by Kakmarinsky. Kak knocks the ball out. It's loose on the ground and picked up by Pella Christian. Whoever recovered it for the Eagles had his knee on the ground, but it's another turnover, the 4th for each team, and Pella Christian will take over at the Panorama 49.
Just an outstanding hustle play there from Isaac Kakmarinsky as he came on the blitz and almost had the sack, and Vermeer was able to escape, and he chased him down from behind. You know, we work on this in basketball, if you can tip the ball from behind, and he does the same thing. Heads up play to go after the football and use his speed, able to knock the ball out, and Drew Giedings, it falls into his lap, so good play there. Sets the Eagles up at the 49-yard line.
In plus territory for Pella Christian with 4 minutes, 32 seconds remaining. 3rd quarter, Pella Christian has a 37-7 lead. Tight formation for the Eagles. Bush throws near side to Bennett. Sprunk turns it upfield, takes it down to the 44-yard line, and a gain of 5.
Yeah, not a whole lot there, but Bennett Sprunk did a nice job of lowering his shoulder and making sure that he picked up a few. You know, one of the things I'm looking at for the Eagles' perspective, we kind of talked about, you know, a big game looming next week. Finding some offensive identity is going to be really important, you know, and I think the second half we're looking to see once where they're going to go to make sure that they can continue to move the football.
2nd down and 5 from the 44-yard line. Bush to throw, kind of a jump pass to Sprunk again, makes the catch at the 40. That's a gain of 4. JD, are you of the mindset that between, you know, there's a Kakmarinsky package and a Bush package, do they need to figure out who they are, or are they okay doing both?
You know, I really don't. I look at it, you know, a lot of teams would love to have a good quarterback. And the Eagles have 2 really good quarterbacks, you know, so I think it can be fine to find different ways to use each of them. And they do similar things, and obviously Kakmarinsky's going to be involved either way as he gets the handoff here. But I think you can find ways to use both quarterbacks well and play to their strengths. And so far it's worked, but I do think within that you got to find a way to consistently say we can move the football when we do this. And I'm not really sure the Eagles quite know what that is yet.
Well, the Kakmarinsky carry that you just referenced was a 2-yard gain. It is just their second 3rd down conversion of the game. And it brings up a 1st and 10 at the Panorama 38, with the Eagles leading 37-7, just over 3 minutes to go 3rd quarter. And Bush's pass to Giddings along the near numbers is incomplete to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, so earlier this drive, we saw a couple nice completions to get 5 yards with a couple throws to Sprunk from Bush. This time Bush is looking to Giddings out there to the right side, and he kind of threw that one into the turf, short-armed that one. But, you know, that can be something, to find some short yardage plays through the air to continue to find ways to move the football. You know, Bo's done a nice job of looking for those.
2nd down and 10 from the 38. Bush to throw. Wanted to go deep. Cox double clutches. Deep to Sprunk. Makes the catch at the goal line and into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. 38 yards. Bo Bush to Bennett Sprunk.
That was a great read there from Bo Bush. You know, he's not a guy who has a whole lot of experience at the varsity level sitting back there, but he's comfortable. You can see him in the pocket. He's comfortable. He's hit on a couple short throws. This time he hangs in the pocket, makes a couple reads, finds Bennett Sprunk, who leaps up and makes a really nice catch as he runs into the end zone. And that's going to put us over, right?
No, they need to get a 2-pointer. No, you're right. We're up 36. I don't even know what's going on anymore, JD. So, yes, the 35-point running clock will be in effect as Fancher buries the extra point. What would that be, like 3rd grade math would tell me? This is a 37-point lead, 44-7 Pella Christian. And we're going to keep it right here on 92.1 KRLS. Take care of a couple of orders of business. A couple of Strawver Cellular instant radio updates have rolled in. Indianola has a 35-16 lead in a top 10 matchup with Glenwood. And Newton has taken a 3-0 lead over PCM midway 3rd quarter. 2 other things that I want to talk about here quick, JD. This is the first ever Pella Christian home game without Dick Vanderlaan, the PC superfan who passed away last December. They left his traditional chair open for tonight and gave him some words of encouragement and words of appreciation, probably more so, before the game. And those words came from Dale Dewar, who we maybe never expected would be back in a Pella Christian press box doing the public address for an Eagle game. And Dale is here and healthy, and we're so glad to have him.
Yeah, I haven't been around. You know, this is just my 2nd year at Pella Christian, but it didn't take long after I got here to realize that those 2 guys, Dick and obviously passing away earlier this year, you know, those 2 guys have meant a lot to PC athletics over the years, and it's good to have Dale back.
All right, low kick by Fancher, and it skips by and inside the 10. Trouble brewing for the Panthers. Ball picked up at the 5 and tackled at the 13. on a big hit with Pella Christian leading 44-7. 2 minutes, 46 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And a quick rundown of our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Pella 21-8 over North Polk. Oski 21-0 over Knoxville. It's Indianola over Glenwood 35-16. Newton over PCM 3-0. And Norwalk over Des Moines Lincoln 28-14. Our score, Pella Christian 44 and Panorama 7. And that is the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Clock is running with 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, and the pass is incomplete as they brought Austin Block back in the game at quarterback for the first time since the first quarter.
Yeah, the senior lefty is looking to go to the air right away as they try to set up the screen to the right side. I'm kind of chuckling up here because Drew Giedings plays outside linebacker for the Eagles, and he thought he had that one snuffed out. A couple different times in his career, he's been able to tip that screen pass up and catch it and run it in for 6, and he almost had it there for a third time.
Second down and 10 coming up for Panorama in a 44-7 game in favor of Pella Christian. And the shotgun snap, it's Block on a right side run for the Panthers. Past the 15 and the 20, breaks one tackle and drags the defender to the 24-yard line for a pickup of 11. That'll move the chains. Clock continues to run.
Nice play there from the Panthers. As Block comes back in, you see the element that he brings to their offense. He's able to scoot it upfield, tuck it and run, and pick up a nice first down, and find a way to move the chains here for Panorama.
First down and 10. Ball at the 24-yard line. Clock at 56 seconds and counting. They moved the chains but didn't change the down marker. It still says second. Block's pass out to the far side of the field is caught, and then a little unintentional hook and ladder to the offensive lineman Jared Wasson as the wide receiver was tangled up. He tossed it to Wasson, who takes it forward for a yard. Add a hook and ladder into all the crazy stuff we've seen. Hook and ladder to a lineman of all things.
For sure. I tell you what, our statisticians here do an outstanding job, and they're earning it here tonight, as there's been a whole lot of weird stuff going on that they're trying to track down and get out the binoculars to see who's making the plays, because that's not always easy either. When you're up here, you get a good view of everything, but knowing who it is tough too. So a tough job that they're doing a nice work on.
Now Block to run on a play action fake, and he lost yardage, lost 3 back to the 23-yard line on what should be the final play and is the final play of the third quarter. Our score is Pella Christian 44 and Panorama 7. We'll be back on Eagle Lane for the fourth quarter, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth right after this.
Inspiration can come from anywhere. At Pella Regional Health Center, we are inspired by compassion. We believe in treating everyone who comes through our doors with the same dignity and respect we would want to receive. Let our compassion and support be the inspiration you need to find the care that you deserve. Choose Pella Regional Health Center and experience inspired care for yourself. Visit us at pellahealth.org.
At least 5 new stories every day. Let's Talk Pella every weekday. Breaking news, live severe weather coverage, in-depth with Dr. Bob Leonard, community calendar events, all that and more on your home for today's Pella news and local information. 92.1 KRLS. You can also find it all at KNIAKRLS.com. And you can listen anytime and anywhere by downloading the free KRLS mobile app. Nobody covers Pella more because we care more. The one to count on for today's news and local information. 92.1 KRLS.
We're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. And I guess they have the down marker right. I swore they were off by a down, but it's 4th down and 11 for Panorama at the 24-yard line, and time to punt for the Panthers to start the fourth quarter. It's 44-7 Eagles, and this punt is way out of bounds. Pella Christian should start around midfield with 11:53. I hesitate to even bring this up, JD, and I'm knocking on wood as I say it, but poor John Mowinkle, he's doing the Norwalk game at Des Moines Lincoln. The lights are out at Des Moines Lincoln. That's about the only thing we have not seen here tonight on Eagle Lane. But the lights are out and the game is stopped at Des Moines Lincoln on the KNIA 3 stream with number 4 Norwalk out in front 28-14. Here, the ball went out of bounds at the 44-yard line, so Pella Christian starts in plus territory for the 5th, make that 6th time tonight, and they have a 44-7 lead, 11-15 and counting in the 4th quarter. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and the snap. New quarterback is in for Pella Christian. This is Dane Gietings, and he takes it down to the 38-yard line for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, taking a look out there on the field, it looks like a lot of the starting linemen, a few substitutes are in there, but the skill players, the running backs and the wide receivers, and Dane Gietings at quarterback, we're all second teamers, guys who again get a chance here to get some opportunities here on a Friday night at home. So nice looking play there on first down as Dane Gietings is able to cut it upfield for a few yards.
Another blowout for you on a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. Indianola leads Glenwood 42-16. And handoff to Schurz. And he breaks 1 tackle and gets down to the 33-yard line. That's good for a gain of 5. Move the chains. Benny Schurz, 70 yards, 10 carries, and a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a career high 70 yards there for Benny Schurz as just a sophomore. I mentioned this last broadcast, but he missed almost all of last season as in a JV play or JV game. He broke both the bones in his lower leg and was out for quite a while and missed most of that season. So it's good to see Benny out here again making some plays.
First down and 10 for Pella Christian at the 34-yard line, right to left, leading 44-7. And Gietings to throw. Quick catch is made. Turned upfield, down near the 30-yard line. That's Jack Fancher, the catch. He picks up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, nice little pitch and catch as you got a sophomore throwing to a junior. And you're just trying to find Dane Gietings some easy throws here to get him in some rhythm as the clock continues to tick down here for the Eagles, and then they're trying to cap it off here with another touchdown drive.
Still got to talk about tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game presented by Randall Roofing. We'll do that here a little bit later in the 4th quarter. We'll get you the road ahead presented by Pella Motors, and we've got our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show coming up after the conclusion of tonight's ball game. We'll feature the Hormel Foods radio key play and player of the game and tonight's final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Schurz loses a yard on that 2nd down play, and we've got 3rd and 8 coming up for PC.
Yeah, 3rd and 8. What are we at? The 31-yard line here. We'll see if they end up going to 4 downs. But the Eagles, if they can get a few yards here, it'll set them up nicely as they continue on this drive.
44-7 Pella Christian, 8:33 remaining in the game, and the snap to Gietings, handoff to Schurz, running up the middle. Nice cut to get inside the 30 and down to the 26. He got 5 yards, and now 4th down and 2 coming up.
I really think Benny Schurz, I mentioned this earlier, but he does a really nice job. He's able to read his blocks well. His offensive line did a really nice job of leading out and finding that hole and making that hole for him. He's able to find it, cuts back, gets a few, and now it's about 4th and 2 as the Eagles try to keep their drive moving, and the Panthers defense is just trying to get off the field.
Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update, Newton 10, PCM 0 at the end of the 3rd quarter. The Mustangs are next week's opponent for PC. Toss to Schurz around the left side, and he fights and gets the 1st down. Down to the 23-yard line, a gain of 3, make it 4. 1st down PC on the 4th down conversion.
Yeah, things are really starting to fall into place here in the 2nd half for the Eagles. You know, we've talked about it plenty, but the 1st quarter was wild, and it felt like they're just, you know, it was great because the Eagles were finding ways to put points on the board, but it didn't feel like PC had really asserted itself, and we talked about it coming out of the half and putting together a good drive. I thought the PC Eagles did a great job of asserting themselves, letting people know that, you know what, we're gonna finish this game. You know, the dagger, like Schneider talks about all the time with Benny Schurz getting that touchdown run. And since then, PC has kind of been in control of this game and done a really nice job.
Wow, and now Schurz has just turned into the ground and pound grinder to finish this thing off. 3-yard gain takes the Eagles into the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. 14 carries, 81 yards. And now we've got 2nd and 7 coming up with 6:45. Continuous clock running as the Eagles lead by 37 points here on this 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, and I think you got to credit the offensive line here from PC. They've really done a nice job of winning the line of scrimmage here in the second half.
Dane Giedings is at quarterback for this drive, and he tosses it to Schurz. Right side run. Nice. Huge hole, Schurz. Flag flies for the moment. Touchdown, Eagles, but this one's almost certainly coming back.
Yeah. Well,
there's the hold.
The Eagles aren't even celebrating that one. Anytime there's a hole like that, you think that's probably a pretty good chance of an offensive holding call, and that's exactly what it was.
I mean, Giedings hasn't seen a hole like that in his life, and the flag went right at the hole as a Panorama defender was laying on the ground. You do the math.
Yep, that's usually what's going on. And you know what? It's fine. You know, those plays happen.
Well, and you'd rather it happen up 44-7 than, you know, this being a 10-7 game and you're trying to ice it.
Yeah, the only bummer, and hopefully you can get it back here, but that would have put Benny Schurz over 100 yards.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, this is his first start. Coming out here tonight at running back. That would have been a great way to get his career going.
Second down and long, some motion, no flag. Giedings throw, and it's incomplete. Too tall for his intended target, Isaiah Breams. And maybe there is a flag. Yes, there is. There's a motion penalty on Pella Christian.
Motion on pretty much the whole team is.
And that is declined. So third down and 15 coming up.
Yeah, really nice job there from Panorama as number 51, Cooper Anderson. The defensive lineman did a good job of getting in the backfield. And even though Panorama's down 44-7, and it really wasn't their night, as some of those big plays just didn't go their way, I really believe that they have some talented players, I think especially along the line. I think they've worn down a little bit as the night has gone, and that'll happen on nights like tonight where there's been a ton of different possessions and you're playing both ways. But they have a lot to look forward to this year as well.
Giedings being chased from behind as he lets a pass fly along the far sideline, incomplete. And now Pella Christian is into a fourth down and long situation. It'll be fourth down and 15 coming up. Probably go for it just because the other two choices don't make a lot of sense. You're not going to try a 45-yard field goal, although it would be the wind that there is at Jack's back, and you're certainly not punting from the 28.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to wait it out here a little bit, or maybe they are going to go for it, but I'm sitting here hoping that they trot out the kicker. I asked Jack what the record was, and he told me it was 47 yards. I don't think he would quite be at that, but...
Well, at least he knows it. Here's a fourth and a mile here for Giedings. Pump fake, under pressure, hit from behind and sacked. So that drive ends with a bit of a whimper, but it's a really tough spot for Dane Giedings after that holding penalty put him into long yardage to go. Gets sacked, and now they turn it over on downs.
Yeah, and that was Ryan Coggle, the running back. We mentioned him plenty on the offensive side. He was the one who got in the backfield and wrapped up Giedings for the sack and puts the Panthers back on the right side of the ball.
This is Panorama's 15th drive of the game. We do get a vision for less timeout with 4 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, and the ball is at the 31-yard line. Let's go ahead and talk about our Raise the Roof moment of the game presented by Randall Roofing. And it took just 12 seconds, JD, for Isaac Kakmarinsky to blow the roof off this open-air stadium on Eagle Lane. A fumble recovery for a touchdown on the first offensive play of the game. Isaac Kakmarinsky got the crowd into it early for PC.
Yeah, you and I were just getting settled in, ready to call a good football game, and all of a sudden it's 6-0 as Kakmarinsky scooped one up. And to be honest with you, it happened so fast I didn't see it, but that was a good way for the Eagles to get their night started. And little did we know that was just the beginning of a wild first quarter, as there was plenty of big-time moments. But that put the Eagles up, and even though they lost the lead for a little bit, they were able to get it back, and now they're in control.
Tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game brought to you by Randall Roofing. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. And on first down, Coggill with his best run of the game picks up 11 yards for Panorama out to the 43.
Yeah, and all night PC has done a really nice job of containing the run game. Coggill, 200 yards last week, has really struggled to find any consistency in the ground game. This time against some of the second teamers, he's able to get a nice gain. But Peyton Ritzert did a good job of wrapping him up from his safety spot, making sure he didn't get too far.
Running clock with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. In fact, we'll give this our Dingaman Concrete game reset. 3:21 and counting in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for Panorama at their own 43-yard line, and Coghill takes it up to the 49-yard line for a gain of 6. With the score, Pella Christian 44, Panorama 7 on a Dingaman Concrete game reset.
Yeah, as both sides continue to put in some different guys, it's a good time. Put in a little plug here for the football breakfast that benefits the Eagles.
Please.
It's next Saturday, September 18th from 7:30 to 10. They're going to have their breakfast here at school, serving some pancakes, some sausage. So a week from tomorrow, make sure you get out and support the Eagles. And
hopefully celebrating a big win over PCM next Friday night.
Yeah, that's right. That's the goal.
2nd down and 4 for Panorama, and it's Coghill on a left side run. Gets around the corner at the 40, 35-30, flag flies, probably in the area of holding from a wide receiver or tight end for Panorama well down the field. For the moment, it's a 20-plus yard run. Oh, they got a personal foul on Panorama on the play, 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, it's one of those new rules that they've implemented, the crackback block, and you know, you hear about it a little bit more on Saturdays when it's that big block on a punt return that you kind of decleat a guy. That really was not an outrageous block. I watched the whole thing happen. It wasn't too bad, but it is going to push the Panthers back.
Okay, here's the note from John Mowinkle, JD. The broadcast is paused between Norwalk and Des Moines Lincoln. Everybody is going from Des Moines to Norwalk, and they are going to finish the game in Norwalk in about an hour. With the score, Norwalk 28, Des Moines Lincoln 14. I mean, you have got to be kidding me.
I tell you what, I tell Dan Branderhorst this all the time. I say, man, you do an outstanding job because athletic directors deal with the craziest things. This is one of the craziest things I've ever heard of.
Oh, my God.
Wow. That is wild. And credit those ADs for finding a way to just finish the game.
Yep. Here's a run for Block on 3rd down and 8, and he gets 9 to move the chains for Panorama. We've had a lot of crazy stuff in this game, but I'm not sure that you could roll it all together and it would come up with how nuts that is.
So what's okay, they're loading up the buses, right?
Right.
And I mean, the coaches are just going, all right, we're going to use this as a halftime. They're probably talking to their guys on the bus. Game planning what to do here, because it's a close game, right?
It's 28-14 in the third quarter. It's a ball game, absolutely.
Wild.
A minute 18 to go here. Panorama has a 1st and 10 at the PC 46-yard line. It is 44-7 in favor of Pella Christian. Just a couple of plays left in regulation to wind this thing out. Panorama with Connor Love getting a carry there and getting 1 yard.
Yeah, both teams have kind of thrown in the towel here as they've gotten some different guys out there to finish this one off, which when you're an Eagles fan, you love this, right? You talk about this with the starters. You say, hey, we want to make sure we do our job so that those younger guys can get those opportunities, and they certainly did that job tonight.
Now here's a quarterback run for Panorama. No gainer on the play. They've actually got their 3rd string quarterback in. Yeah, that's 17, Landon Kirtley. No gain.
Yeah, and from his defensive end spot, a little shout out here for Keegan Fatma. Did a really nice job as he shed his block and is able to make a really nice tackle there to wrap him up.
3rd down and 10 for Panorama, 11 seconds to go. Final play of the game. Pella Christian up 44-7. Handoff to Love. He's hit and dropped for a loss of 1 yard. And the clock is down to 1 second and reaches triple zeros, and this ball game is over. Pella Christian trailed for a brief moment at 7-6, but they score the final 38 points, and our final score is Pella Christian 44, Panorama 7. We'll be back with our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show right after this on KNIA KRLS.
We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Strawber Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make U.S. Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Strouver Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
As last-minute vacations are taken and summer activities start winding down, we are reminded that the start of another school year is here. Pella Cooperative Electric would like to urge everyone to use extreme caution as school buses hit the road and children are on the streets and in the crosswalks. Obey local laws. Slow down. Be attentive. And most importantly, don't text while driving. Looking out for you, we are Pella Cooperative Electric.
Shine as one.
Village Cleaners is a family-owned business serving Pella and the surrounding areas for over 40 years. Keep your most cherished memories alive with Village Cleaners' in-house wedding dress cleaning and preservation service. They are experienced and detailed in their work and offer many other services such as complete dry cleaning, shirt laundry, uniform services, mat cleaning, and hand washing. So keep your conscience clean and leave your dirty laundry at Village Cleaners of Pella.
At Hopkins Roofing, our core values built our business: expertise, generosity, integrity, professionalism, and relationships. These aren't just words on a wall. These are the pillars holding up Hopkins Roofing and all we stand for. They're the standards we're all expected to meet and the standards we hold each other to every day. If it's time for a new roof for your home or business, check out some of our work at hopkinsroofing.com and let us put together a quote for you. Hopkins Roofing. Roofing done for good.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Chad Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella, if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Stock up for Labor Day with the 3-day sale this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Hy-Vee stores in Pella and Knoxville. 12-pack Pepsi and Mountain Dew are just $4 for $10 plus tax and deposit, limit 4. Select varieties of Hy-Vee white milk are just $1.18 for a half-gallon, limit 2. And 16-ounce packages of Sugardale bacon are only $3.99. Stop in for the 3-day sale this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and have a great Labor Day weekend from your friends at the Pella and Knoxville Hy-Vees.
At Vision for Less, you'll start the school year right by saving on glasses for classes. For $79, get 2 pairs of glasses with kid-safe polycarbonate lenses and a free 1-year frame warranty that covers any breaks, bends, or bumps with the frame, meaning these glasses won't get in the way of your kid's day. Don't let the bell ring before you get a chance to shop and save. A $200 value, all for $79. Vision for Less. Right glasses, right price, right now.
Football season is back, and To Young Door Service is once again proud to be the exclusive sponsor of Pick'em during Football Friday night coverage on KNIA and KRLS. The Guru was last season's playoff Pick'em champion, and he's going head-to-head with our studio hosts and broadcasters all season long, picking the winners of our local high school football games. Tune in every Friday night during the preview show to hear the picks, enjoy the live play-by-play, then listen to the scoreboard show to hear how we all did.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Big night on Eagle Lane as Pella Christian pulls out a 44-7 win over Panorama. Welcome inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show at Cabinet Design of Pella. They expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy at Cabinet Design of Pella. Want to thank Frank and the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel for being here from pregame to postgame and everything in between. I know that was one of the comments. We got some feedback throughout the last couple of years as we've done the Pella and added in Pella Christian last year that folks had hoped that they'd stick around because they want to hear Coach Cack and they want to hear the post-game coverage as well. So thanks to Frank for giving up a little bit more of his Friday night so that folks can keep it. Those of you that are watching on YouTube, you can enjoy our post-game coverage as well on our Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show. Final score, 44-7. Pella Christian had a 6-0 lead on an Isaac Kack-Marinsky fumble return for a touchdown on the first offensive play of the game. And then on Panorama's next situation, they got an interception of Cack ran it back to the 4-yard line, punched it in to go ahead 7-6, and then it was all Eagles from there. Pella Christian scored the final 38 points of the game, and they win it by a final score of 44-7. And let's take a look at our Hormel Foods Radio key play and player of the game. And J.D. Bohr, our key play of the game, came at 14-7. Pella Christian the lead, and the ball in a Bo Bush fumble into the end zone that Austin Van Zulen recovered for a touchdown. And instead of Panorama being down just a touchdown with the ball, the Eagles went up by 2 scores, and they never left their foot off the gas. That was a huge turning point.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of those plays that as the game is settling in a little bit and both sides were able to put points on the board, that's one of those plays I was going to swing it as the ball's just kind of laying there in the end zone. It was a pile. I mean, we couldn't even see what was going on in the pile. And I was thinking, oh, boy, you know, Panorama's going to end up with this and have the ball and a chance to take the lead. But instead, a great play there made by the offensive lineman, Austin Van Zulen, to pounce on the ball. You know, and I'm sure he's fired up. He wasn't expected to score a touchdown, but he made the play, and that was certainly a big turning point.
And for our Hormel Foods key player of the game, I'm going to go with the guy that we didn't call his name all that often, but the stats are there. And he led what ended up being a team effort defensively, and that's Joe Deal. He had 11 tackles to top the tackle charts for the Eagles. And when we talked in our pregame about our Hormel Foods keys to the game, it was who was going to win stylistically, and we knew Panorama wanted to run the football. Well, tonight they ran it 34 times for just 42 yards, and Joe Deal and company, a huge reason why Panorama had no success running the ball.
For sure. You know, that's really outstanding to get 11 tackles, and certainly there was a lot of plays as both offenses were looking to go fast and a lot of different drives. I thought the Pella Christian defense was excellent all night long to not allow a whole lot going on the ground there for Panorama. You mentioned it as one of our keys. Last year it was something that PC struggled with at times, to find ways to slow down teams running the football. Joe Deal and a host of other Eagles did an outstanding job there tonight.
And that's our Hormel Foods Radio key play and player of the game. Looking for a key to your new career? Visit hormeljob.com. Let's take a quick 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with tonight's final stats presented by the Verduff Agency in a Pella Christian 44-7 win inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show.
Experience the Bruxford's difference. Let's face it, the big box stores offer very little service, and when they do, they charge for it. At Bruxford's, we have designers, delivery guys, service techs, and sales reps that are committed to making you happy before, during, and after the sale. Good luck getting that kind of service from a box store. Please stop in and give us a chance to prove how important you are to us. Stop and visit us at Bruxford's Comfort Studio in Oskaloosa and Bruxford's Home Center in Pella.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Check out America's locally grown wireless at U.S. Cellular, where we care about our customers and our communities. Strouver Cellular, a locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular, located in downtown Pella.
At Pella Motors, we have hot deals just for you. This August, receive $5,750 off new GMC Acadia, $5,250 off Jeep Grand Cherokee, or take advantage of 0% financing for 72 months on vehicles such as Buick Envision, Buick Encore, and Chevy Equinox. Pella Motors, with bigger discounts and lower prices. Find your next car at PellaMotors.com.
There's a place in downtown Pella that takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam. A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, a working drawbridge, and Dutch architecture providing a classic old-world atmosphere. Welcome to the Molengraat. The Molengraat is home to some of Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel, dining with Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, Beautiful You Salon, Pella Nail Salon, the Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. You can even take in a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck to our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
Welcome back inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. We're live on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. For those of you listening on the radio or the radio streams, don't forget we've got the Greg Young Buick GMC of Indianola Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show coming up around 10 o'clock or so tonight right here on KRLS. We'll have reports from all of our games tonight. We'll have highlights. We'll have scores around the district, and we'll get you set for a look ahead for week 3 of the high school football season next week. So that's coming up around 10 o'clock tonight once all the action is done on the Greg Young Buick GMC of Indianola Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show. Our final score, Pella Christian with a 44-7 victory over Panorama. Do have a couple of Stravers Cellular instant radio updates to pass along. Indianola pouring it on 52-16 over Glenwood. And it is a final, Oskaloosa 35, Knoxville 0. A game of interest to Pella Christian fans. PCM trails Newton 10-8. They trailed 10-0, and then they got a safety when Newton's running back fell down in the end zone to make it 10-2. Then the Mustangs scored a 59-yard touchdown to make it 10-8. They missed the 2-point conversion, and so with 5 minutes left in that game, it's Newton 10, PCM 8. Pella Christian will play PCM next Friday. All right, let's take a look at our final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Pella Christian outgains Panorama 361-113, 212 through the air, 149 on the ground for the Eagles, 71 through the air, 42 on the ground for Panorama. For Pella Christian, Benny Schurz, 14 carries, 74 yards. Isaac Kakmarinsky, 13 carries, 65 yards. Kak was 5 of 11 passing for 115 yards, and Bo Bush was 6 of 10 for 94 yards. Receiving, Drew Geetings, 2 for 74. Eric Mulder, 3 for 66. Bennett Sprunk, 4 for 53. And we mentioned defensively that Joe Deal led the tackle charts with 11. Logan Kelderman with 8 tackles tonight for the Eagles, as those two combined for 19 tackles, and then a bunch of 1s and 2s and 3s on the tackle chart. So it was definitely Deal and Kelderman doing a lot of the dirty work defensively for Pella Christian. And those are tonight's final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Let Chad, Lance, or Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you. The Verduff Agency, providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. Before we take another break in our Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show, we heard the stats there, JD. Very balanced from PC. Yeah. And as the season goes along, if you can continue that kind of balance, it makes you very tough to stop.
That's exactly what I was thinking as you were reading those off. There's just so many different names that you're talking about. Not only balance in terms of passing and rushing, but just balance across the board in terms of who's making the plays on both sides of the ball. And I think that bodes really well for the Eagles moving forward. As you know, if you want to be successful in 1A not basketball, we're playing football.
Yep. I'm sure it'll be the same for basketball too. Balance, right?
Yeah.
Distribution.
Man, you need it at the 1A level. You got to have some guys who can really get it done. But in football, you got to have a group of guys who are really bought into it, who are selfless, who are able to make some plays on both sides of the football. And I think that's a really good sign for PC, that they're really starting to figure out that they have some depth at different spots, whether it's receiver or different guys running the football or defensively, guys stepping up. You mentioned Joe Deal. You know, he's not a guy we talked a lot about, but getting 11 tackles, those are really, really important things, along with staying healthy, which it looked like both teams were able to do tonight, which is really good as well. So an all-around good, balanced effort there from PC.
Final score, Pella Christian 44, Panorama 7. Still awaiting head coach Rich Kakmarinsky. The Eagles are huddled up down in the end zone for their post-game chat. Coach Kak should be up here in just a few minutes, and we'll be here to talk to him after this timeout here on 92.1 KRLS.
Rain, hail, and high winds. Marion County and all of south central Iowa has felt Mother Nature do her thing lately. But how do you know if your roof has sustained any hail or wind damage? Check with a roofing professional, Mid-Iowa Painters and Construction. They'll inspect your roof free of charge, and if you have damage, they'll give you a free estimate and let you know what it's going to cost. And did you know most damage to your roof from hail and wind is covered under insurance? Call Jamie Holmes at Mid-Iowa Painters and Construction today. Call 641-891-7079. Mid-Iowa Painters and Construction, the roofing pros.
This is Mike at Langstrad Auto Body, and I know a visit to my shop is not on the top of your list of favorite things to do this week. I don't take it personally. Chances are when it's time to come see me, you've hit a deer or had some other unpleasant experience on the road that you just didn't plan on. The good news is, at Langstrad Auto Body, we're here for you to put your vehicle back together the right way. No one will ever know the accident happened. We'll be here for you during the entire repair process. We'll answer your questions and only do the work that you want done. Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for quality repair.
Have you been ignoring your pain or masking it with pain relievers? What if I told you there's a better way? Hi, this is Melissa from Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy. Not only will we help you get to the root of your pain, we will also help you through it with proven movement techniques and exercises that work for you. If you're ready for one-on-one specialized care to get you back to living a pain-free life, call Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy today or visit kineticedgept.com.
The sprint car capital of the world becomes the late model capital of the world, September 16th through the 18th, with the 17th Lucas Oil Late Model Nationals. Over 60 late model drivers from across the country will vie for the title of Late Model National Champion. Tickets are still available by logging on to KnoxvilleRaceway.com. The 17th Lucas Oil Late Model Nationals at the Knoxville Raceway, September 16th through the 18th.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust in Knoxville supports all the Marion County teams and athletes competing this year and encourages them to be the best they can by giving 100% effort in everything they do. The values of hard work and perseverance will help them not only on the field but in life for years to come. You'll find those same values at Raceway Tire and Exhaust, your one-stop auto headquarters located at 1318 West Bell Avenue in Knoxville or at racewaytireandexhaust.com.
Tire and Exhaust.
We got what you need
to get you on the go.
Score a big fashion touchdown with cool shoes and school colors at 9 Lila's Boutique in Pella. While you're rocking your green and white to support the Dutch or your maroon and gold to show how much you love the Eagles, look for a new line of green or maroon tennis shoes coming soon to accent your outfit. Denim is also extremely popular right now, and our best-selling brand is Democracy Denim. Stop in and see the wide variety that we have available. We're located right in the heart of downtown Pella. Come experience clothing confidence by 9 Lila's at 733 Franklin Street.
Welcome back inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. Big thanks to J.D. Bohr for helping us out tonight. Always doing a great job. Coach Rich Kakmarinsky will be joining us here in just a second as our final score is Panorama falling to Pella Christian tonight. 44-7. The Eagles get the victory. As Coach Kack takes a breath, we'll give you the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard here real quick. Oskaloosa beat Knoxville 35-0. Indianola over Glenwood 52-16. Those are the only other two finals so far tonight. Besides Pella Christian's 44-7 win over Panorama. At last check, Newton over PCM 10-8 with 5 minutes left to go in the game. They're moving the Norwalk-Des Moines-Lincoln game from Lincoln to Norwalk because the lights went out at Des Moines-Lincoln. It's 28-14 Norwalk. And at last check, Pella leading North Polk 21-8 with 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter in that game. And that is our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Joining us now is Rich Kakmarinsky, the head coach of the Pella Christian football team, as the Eagles earn a 44-7 win over Panorama in the home opener on Friday night. Coach, thanks so much, as always, for coming up to talk to us. What do you think about this victory to go to 2-0?
Well, we're in a great spot. You know, obviously, you said we're 2-0, won our home opener, and so did really nice things tonight. I thought our defense really keyed us, basically pitched a shutout. Had we not thrown that interception early on and given like the ball on the 3-yard line, I think we would have shut them out. So defense played really, really well. Did some nice things in the kicking game. Really gained some field position with our kicking game. I thought our offense sputtered a little bit early, and then we were able to kind of kick it in gear and do some nice things offensively. So I thought we built momentum as the game went on offensively, but would have liked to see us come out a little bit faster offensively.
Let's start with the defense. As you mentioned, basically pitched a shutout. And I look at Joe Deal and Logan Kelderman. They had 19 tackles combined. And you talked in our pregame show about Panorama wanting to pound and ground, try to grind out the clock. And, those guys are the ones that kind of cleaned it up. But it was also the guys up front, creating the holes for them to get through and make the tackles. You never allowed Panorama to ground you or pound you tonight.
Yeah, we talked a lot about winning on first down, getting them behind the sticks. And I thought for the most part we did that. In fact, we had some real key tackles for loss on first down and put them in second long. And I don't think that's where, it's not very many offenses feel comfortable there. And I really thought Panorama might struggle if they were in second, third, and long. So we really wanted to win on first down. So I think for the most part we did that, and that really keyed us. And then I thought we were very opportunistic in the secondary. Got some nice pressure on their quarterback, and our defensive backs had good coverage. And we all had some nice forced fumbles and some fumble recoveries, too.
It was a really weird first quarter. I mean, I can't imagine really anything else happening in that first quarter. Turnovers and weird plays and, all kinds of stuff. But you guys just kind of kept grinding it out. It felt like you just tried to keep putting one foot in front of the other. You left that first quarter ahead 21-7, and it never really looked back from that one, Coach.
Well, again, I just felt like offensively we just struggled early. The whole first quarter. We had a really nice play, nice throw from Isaac to Drew Giddings for our first touchdown. That was a money throw. But as far as rushing the football, we kind of struggled to rush the football early. And then we had a couple of just weird plays. We had I thought it was a really clean touchdown pass to Eric Mulder. They called back for, in my mind, a phantom offensive pass interference. But again, I got a coach, not a referee. So, but I thought so. Again, it was a weird. Really, I thought we lost 14 points in the first half. Really on kind of weird things. So again, not that we were perfect offensively, but. I think we definitely got some things we can work on, and again, defense. I thought defense really keyed us early.
Well, you got also what every coach, if you could ask before a game, would dream of, which is that end of the first half touchdown, and then you start the third quarter with the touchdown, and that took it from 24-7 to 37-7, and it was basically over at that point.
Yeah, I was really pleased. We were sitting there about 2 minutes to go in the first half, and we actually called a timeout when we were on defense to stop the clock. And then we got an incomplete pass, and we made him punt. I think we got the ball back right around with a minute left, and we only had one timeout left. But yeah, we've not actually practiced our 2-minute drill very much, but it didn't look like it tonight. It actually looked pretty good, I thought. So we were able to run her down there and pass it down there and get a touchdown for half. And I think that was a big one. And to your point, the opening drive. So within a span of about 2 minutes, we were able to add 14 to our score.
5 plays, 74 yards, and 37 seconds. You could fool me that you haven't worked on that at the end of the first half, Coach. 44-7, the final score. How do you feel about your team, big picture, 2 weeks in?
Well, I like my team. I think we have a lot of talent on this team and a lot of hard-working guys. I think we still, honestly, I don't think we're come close to playing our best football. Again, you're seeing glimpses here and there. Like when our defense really gets off the ball, I mean, you're seeing what we're doing. We're getting tackles for loss. We're stopping. We're getting pass rush. We're getting interceptions. Offensively, when we block the right people and we make good decisions, we're running the ball and we're throwing the ball well. But I would say that the thing that obviously this early in the season, I'm happy to be 2-0, and I think we do have a nice football team. But honestly, I feel like we have a high ceiling with this football team. I think we got an opportunity to really improve a lot this year. So that's going to be a key for us as we continue to march along, as we can keep getting better, and particularly some of those key phases of the game, third down conversions, things like that, kicking game. So, and we're also blessed. We have some depth at some positions that we really need to, think about. Like right now, Mitchell Van Zee, for example, is back at center, and Drew Van Coten has done such a great job for us there. And so I actually played him 50-50 tonight. But honestly, they're too good of football players to have one of them on the sidelines next to me. So we need to think about, as a coaching staff, how we're going to get those two guys on the field all the time. And we have some other players like that too. So I think we got Labor Day on Monday, and I don't have to work. So that'll be an opportunity to do a little film study and do a little thinking about some of our personnel situations.
Good problems to have.
Good problems to have. Like I said, I had felt that we could be 2-0 at this point. I felt like, we're going to have a good football team, and I think we're there. But like I said, I think we got a lot of upside that we got to continue to work on, and kind of excited to see where we can go.
Let's close out by taking a look at next week. You go to PCM to take on the Mustangs, and they lost here on Friday night 10-8 to Newton. But it's interesting what's going on. It's every coach's worst nightmare up there. Augie Stock and Aiden Anderson are their two studs, and neither of them have played through the first 2 weeks. Kind of hearing rumblings that they might be ready for you guys next week. PCM certainly had your number over the last couple of years as they've had, dome quality teams. What do you think of the Mustangs at this stage, and what do you expect next Friday night?
Well, we've had just a tremendous rivalry with PCM really all 14 of my years here. And so I have a lot of respect for their program. And, it seems like early on they kind of had our number, and then it seemed like there for about 6 or 7 years in the middle we kind of had their number. And unfortunately, the last 3 or 4 years they've kind of had ours again. So I guess I'd kind of like to flip the script back again. I think we can. But again, they're a well-coached team. They got a great tradition. So I think a lot of times you can just throw records out when it comes to this game. So we know that PCM will give us all we want. But again, I like our team, and really this type of game is coming at the right time for us. Kind of the antecedent to our district play. So I think we're ready for I think we'll be ready for PCM. I think we're ready for a challenge. And so I think how the schedule worked out, I think it'd be a great, nice little stair step for us, and also hopefully a springboard into our district schedule.
Enjoy the holiday weekend, Coach. Thanks so much for your time, and we'll see you next Friday night in Monroe. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Trevor.
That's Rich Kakmarinsky, head coach of the Pella Christian football team. Eagles 44, Panorama 7. Pella Christian moves to 2-0. And we'll move on to wrap up our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show after a 2-minute timeout here on 92.1 KRLS.
Pella Engraving and Sign Company has a reputation of quality and excellence for providing indoor and outdoor signs in a variety of materials, including metal, plastic, and acrylic. We also produce banners for businesses and events, as well as car wraps to stand out and bring your promotional needs to life. We will work with any budget by offering a variety of price points and material options to bring you the best value. And Pella Engraving and Sign prides ourselves on meeting exacting standards and quick turnaround times. Learn more at PellaEngraving.com.
Things happen, and they're not always in your budget. From unexpected medical bills to emergency car repairs. At Community First Credit Union, we offer a personal loan for whatever you need, and no collateral is required. And for limited time only, get a rate as low as 4.99%. Apply at c1stcu.com. Call or stop in for details today. Rates and terms are dependent on credit qualifications. Offer is subject to credit approval and program qualifications. Federally insured by the NCUA Equal Housing Opportunity.
When is the best time to protect your investments? Anytime. This is John Hill at Let It Shine Detailing. A single application of either Duraslick or Flight Shield ceramic coating is the best option to protect your vehicles for years of durability and are only available at Let It Shine Detailing. Ceramic coatings offer increased resale value, reduced maintenance, rock chip and scratch resistance, reduced oxidization, and added luster. And they come with warranties and a Carfax certification. Remember, for rolls, floats, or flies, I'm your guy at Let It Shine Detailing. Stop by in the alley at 313 Franklin Street in Pella to schedule your appointment.
It's an important time to follow safe driving habits. Stop completely at stop signs and to allow pedestrians to safely get across crosswalks or to the school bus. And to play it safe and stay alive, don't text as you drive. Focus on safe driving habits when you get behind the wheel. Pella Corporation team members focus on safety in the workplace. That's why we're proud to share these tips in the interest of community safety.
Welcome back inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show on 92.1 KRLS, and also those of you watching on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. For those of you on KRLS, you'll be getting bonus coverage of Pella and North Polk. They're just starting the fourth quarter across town with Pella leading North Polk 21-8. Quickly, a look at the road ahead presented by Pella Motors, and that road ahead takes us up Highway 163 next Friday night. Pella Christian at PCM. I'll be on the call with Jeff Lindsay by my side. That's our PCM color commentary, and we'll be on the air at 6:30 next Friday night with our Pingles Home Store radio pregame show. Opening kick is at 7 o'clock right here on 92.1 KRLS with myself and Jeff Lindsay on the call. That's the road ahead presented by Pella Motors. You'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Final score, Pella Christian 44, Panorama 7. Thanks for listening to the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. At Cabinet Design of Pella, they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy, at Cabinet Design of Pella. Time now for bonus coverage, North Polk at Pella on 92.1 KRLS.